Didn't doubt you.
What up, everybody? We're live.
Oh, we are? Oh, we were live that whole time? Shit. My bad. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I didn't even realize we were live. We hit the button, but oh my goodness, I am so distracted because that was one of the best episodes I've seen of television in a long time. Not just the best episodes of From. A couple weeks ago in episode 5, people are always, why isn't the show great? Episode 5 was amazing as well. And I think I gave that, and a lot of people gave that very high scores, and I gave that like a 9 in my interest level of the show. But this episode just kind of took things into a new level. What an episode. And I still see some people trying to hate on, being like, but come on, if you're not liking this episode with 5 and this episode 7, then maybe the show isn't quite, maybe you're watching it to hate it. But I absolutely loved this episode. Coach, Kenny, everyone's around. This episode, season 4, episode 7, best laid plans. Tony will be here in a moment. But I am here with you at the beginning here. Let me go full screen until Tony gets back so you can see every ounce of drop sweat coming off my head on this particular episode. Let's get in the live chat and say hello to some of our friends. We got Tony Pajamas in the live chat over there. We're streaming on both Teflon TV and Phil the Issues Guy. Welcome to tonight's episode breakdown, Best Laid Plans. Or it could be called Drunk Henry, Will You Shut Up? Drunk Henry, please shut up. No. I love how he was taking single syllable words and drunking them up to like 3 or 4 syllable words. That's how you know someone's really messed up. And they're like, no, you're wrong. Thou shalt not pass. I'm drunk. You know, that was Henry was shit drunk, dude. When people stretch those single words like no to no, you know they're really, really drunk.
Yeah, but, that's the key one. Once they get those words and they're stretching them, man, you know,
doing the drunk stomp. He was just, oh my god, a mess. And you said it in your video, but Boyd was giving him a lot of grace. If you haven't checked out Tony's video, definitely check it out. It's a 30-minute deep breakdown of, or you know, not quite as deep as we'll go tonight in other places, but Tony really gets into some of his thoughts in this episode. And you like, I know the answer to this. You like this episode as much as I did. This
yeah, listen, it's one of the best episodes, if not the best episodes this show has ever put on. I mean, I don't think it's deniable. I think anyone who says anything different is just fooling themselves a line. I mean, honestly, if we're looking at the show as a whole, this has to be, if not the best episode, top 2 episodes. I mean, when you deal with the opening, the original episode, you can still say that was better, but I don't even know if it was better than that. I mean, this would be the only episode that I'm willing to give at least a 9.5 to 10 to.
Yeah,
you know, I don't give out 10s a lot, so you know, there's no doubt that it's at least a 9.5.
Do you know what's amazing about this episode is that beyond answers we got or things moved forward or we got a lot of progression in the story, what they managed to do in this episode that a lot of big cast shows can't do, they got something important or interesting for pretty much every single one of our characters to do. Even Bacta had some good words and dialogue in the situation. They had Christy come right in, Tony, and be like, Boyd, why'd you write me out of the plot? Why don't you tell me things? I haven't been important all season. Shut the fuck up. Bring me back into the plot. Ellis did the best thing. Not the best thing, but the most integral to a plot of an episode stuff Ellis has ever done. And they did it off screen, which was really cool. Like, you knew what him and Kenny were talking about. They didn't need to show that scene. Like when he came and grabbed Kenny and told him, we didn't hear them debate on who would go. Obviously it was going to be Kenny because Boyd wouldn't have let Ellis go. And Ellis is the only dude, Tony, that can turn to Boyd and say, you don't got it, dude. You're going to fuck this up.
Well, Ellis can't go. We seen Ellis last episode go in there and close the door on Roger. Right? When Roger was getting his ass kicked, he went in there, he seen Roger, he ran out, and then he closed the door behind him. So Ellis is not the man for that job. It had to be Kenny, 100%. You know, there's no other ways. As Kenny said, I'm your deputy. This is my job. My job is to protect you. You are more important to the town than I am at the moment. So my job is to get my hands dirty. You know, he's in for, you know, listen, if you're dealing with the boss and the consigliere, or you're dealing with something, the boss can't be out there getting his hands dirty like that. That's Kenny's job. He knew his job. He knew his assignment, and he went out there. And I'm trying to tell you, you know what I mean? I as bad as it is, I really thought Kenny was gonna die. Like they really had me, these bastards. Like I know he's not. I'm like, I know Kenny ain't dying, but they really had me thinking this motherfucker had a chance to go.
I love your reverse South Park there. Instead of they kill Kenny, you bastards, they didn't kill Kenny, you bastards. That was good. But I was with you, Tony. I heard you say that in the video, and I was like, good, I'm not the only one. Especially when they started getting into Fatima's vision of the situation, I thought they were just gonna have her have to sit there and horribly watch Kenny die because she can kind of see through Smiley's eyes. I didn't see where they were going with that. That's an excellent setup for previous episodes early when she says she can kind of see through Smiley or feels connected to him. They actually paid that off. Fatima was, everyone that's being Fatima is useless. She was awesome in this episode. Like her little part and even her interaction with Donna was really on point. The only one who didn't have a lot to do tonight was Sarah, but they even gave her a good scene where she's like, hey, I killed my brother. I should be punished at all times. Make me go and do it. And
a little bit. They gave her a little. They gave Sarah a little bit here. They gave her. It's about time. We haven't seen Sarah a lot this season.
No.
But yeah,
Coach Kenny.
Everyone's like Coach Kenny. He said himself he's not a coach.
I know.
He's an administrator. It's not. He's no Ted Lasso.
But Tony, the alliteration of Coach Kenny sounds much better than Administrator Kenny. It just sounds funnier. It sounds better to the ear. Coach Kenny.
We'll do the Coach Kenny shirt or something like that.
Yeah, the alliteration needs to happen there.
Without a shadow of doubt. Super chat on Phil the Issues Guys channel from Crick 152. What up, everybody? What up to you? Thank you for rocking with us. Did you shout out the people in the chat yet? Do that?
Yes, I did. I did for the most part. And I think that in mine, or is that in yours? I thought it was yours.
I thought it was on yours. I can't tell, Phil. I really don't know what I'm looking for.
I think that one was yours, actually.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it 100%. Yeah, but yeah, they need to show Sarah. You know what I mean? I like seeing her and everything else.
It's all one pile, Tony. It's all one pile.
Yeah, that's 100%. And you see these motherfucking Kenny had the linebacker this dude. Because this is what I like to say about what Kenny did and what people mess up in this world, especially young people. Emotional responses. Emotional response will get you taken out every time. No matter how old you are, whatever. When you have a fully emotional response, that is when shit hits the fan for you. Always got to think things through. And even when Smiley was baiting him, he could have had an emotional response right then and charged him for saying what he said about his father. But he kept his head. He kept cool. And then when he had his chance to bounce, he had his chance to bounce, and he did it. So
he did almost like Matrix slow motion, like Trinity stuff, where he's like jump down that thing, close the doors. I'm surprised the monsters, and this isn't, I'm surprised like it didn't make sense. It's just they were so distracted, all the other monsters were so distracted that Smiley is doing his Smiley business. We don't need to get up there because they could have jumped up. We've seen that they can sort of jump up there. Others could have gone up there too, or they could have stepped in the door of the bus to kind of stop that, but they didn't even think that Kenny would do that. But to your point, Kenny was thinking so calm from the point where even when he stabbed him and thought it was working for a second, he slowly noticed around him that they were surrounding him. Like he was surrounded on, so that people like, he just stood there. He stood there because he was looking for his window. He saw that he was, even when the dude was stabbed, he's like, I can't peace out. Where am I going to go? They're blocking all my exits. So he started to realize it, and he kind of calmly assessed his whole situation. That being all said, Tony, I'm with you. I thought he was a goner. I thought we were going to have to horribly watch Kenny die right there.
Yeah, I mean, not that I was hoping for it, but I'm saying I wouldn't have minded, in all honesty, if it did happen. And I did think he was going to go, but I'm happy he didn't. I'm sure Kenny's he's not growing on me, but he's there, and does this mean that they can't kill Kenny off for the rest of the season because they played this trick? Is that a trick? Is that the one trick you could play with him, and now he's safe for the rest of the season? Like Donna, I think can go out, but I think it's only one way Donna can go out. But they did it twice with Donna, so really she's kind of safe. Is Kenny in that same boat?
Tony, I don't want to do any besmudgery on such a great episode, but I'm starting to wonder if any main characters will ever die again. Like, I mean, it's in fair, even in the scene with Roger at the end, he didn't kill anybody. And we're going to get to Roger and talk about him because I agree with what you were saying in the video. I had the same thought. I think Roger just got consciousness for a second and he didn't hurt anybody. He ripped open his mouth because he wanted to talk. And when he went up to Burned Face Girl, he was like, paused for a second. Like he was trying to relate to her when our buddy Elgin stabbed him right in the back.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
Elgin took him out, and I agree. I don't think I think what she did. Obviously, we're looking at some incantations. We can't deny that. I can't deny it. I know people want, hey, Tony Tibbler. I can't, and I'm not one of these people who's gonna come be and deny what's in front of my face. All right,
there is a lot of that in his video too, everybody. Before Tony goes, if you want to hear Tony sort of passively eat some crow about how things might not be what he thought, watch this video. He admits
I'm always gonna be real with you 100%.
You did. You totally did, though. You did. You owned it.
You know, so the incantations, you see her saying the shit, she's sniffing the eggs and shit, looking for the membrane in there, the one that has a little blood up in there. I know about chickens and stuff because my mother was raised on a farm in North Carolina.
I was going to ask you about that. Thanks for saying that.
And all that. So I know all about this shit. You know what I mean? She's told me stories and I've been around shit like that. So, you know, she's looking for it. She sniffed it. She found it. She smashes it after she says what she says. You see the blood in there come out. And for whatever reason, it was able to bring him back. Now, let me be the first to say, I don't know of any sci-fi stuff that you can smash an egg on somebody and bring them back to life. I don't know.
But yeah, that sounds like a spell to me. It sounds like a spell of some sort to me.
It does, but that's if he was really dead to begin with. We don't know that he was dead to begin with. It seemed like he was dead. You know what I mean? Like they brought him back from the thing. It seemed like he was dead when they brought his body back. He didn't move. So I'm assuming he's dead. You know what I mean? But
I have a stupid sort of thing where maybe he's like, there's been speculation earlier in the season. I know they're the different kinds of birds, but if they were in the crows, maybe you have to sacrifice a bird's heart to bring someone back or something like that. Since the people are in birds, if we're going to assume that they become the crows, and then you have to sort of sacrifice another bird. I don't know. It's the stupidest thought.
It's all over the place. You know what I mean? But as for like Roger, I do believe that she brought the consciousness back to his body. She brought it, and when it was back in his body, his intention when he went into that house was to get help.
Communicate.
And he was trying to communicate. He wasn't trying to kill no one. Everybody got all scared because of the way he looked. He was trying just to get their attention. He didn't know how he looked. He couldn't see, right? So he doesn't know how scary he looks. He was trying to communicate. Whether he could talk or not because his jaw was up, who knows? But he was trying to get help from them. And Elgin just came and stabbed dude up and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I'm with you on that.
Take it.
100%, Tony. It seemed like he was like, even when the way he busted into the room, he was like, "Help me!" More of like a "help me" vibe than actually hurting anybody. And
the talismans didn't work on him, right? Nope. So you would think that the talismans would work on him. He was a human.
He was a living human.
Yeah. So it didn't work on him and everything else. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Let me take this. Super Black Bond. Thank you. Says the whole being connected to the villain trope is played out. Bit disappointing that they seem to be going this route with the show. Connected to
about, I think he's talking about Smiley with Fatima.
And, you know, I like the way he did it. I can't really say.
I kind of liked it too.
Now, that being said, listen, I'm not off of my alien stuff, sci-fi stuff. I still think this is what's going on here, and it's easily could be a little bit of both. I mean, if you look at Welcome to Derry, there was magic in it, but it was all sci-fi with all the army people trying to capture them. So it could still go both routes.
Well, of course, though, Tony, we're being paid by MGM, as someone in your comment section said. You know,
Who said that? Oh, a long time ago.
No, on your video today. So it said, why are all the people that talk about from all the YouTube people shilling for MGM? This sucks.
Oh.
Like what? I was
they don't give me a goddamn.
Yeah, thing. I know. I'm saying where's
my video that I put out today? I had to pull off all of the video because they kept flagging my video. I uploaded like 5 times. And they wouldn't allow me to have any video in my fucking video. And I had to just
There is my cut. Okay, so you talked about this a little bit before, but we've hinted around about her right now. So let's just talk about it. First of all, Henry is, you know, like when you're good at something, maybe you're like good at a sport or good at an activity, and you just happen to be up against someone that's just the easiest mark ever. Like Sophia might be one of the best manipulators, and the way she's doing it, the way she handled Boyd and kind of got him to tell the whole story, and we'll talk about that later. But basically, she's stealing money from a person that's basically walking with their pockets open with Henry. And I love how she smiles. Like you can see her in the background of the shot when Henry shows up at Tabitha's door. She's just Henry is such an easy mark, but you got to applaud, and I want to get away from applauding the actress because yes, she's amazing, but just the character, like the manipulation that she's doing in there is subtle and good and perfect. Everything that she's doing about convincing him it's a dream. And then I want to touch on something because Tony mentioned what we probably most likely all think. You know, she's putting memories and thoughts into Henry's mind and giving him those visions of being in the hospital bed to kind of make him believe it's a dream so he can go full Abby. But it's also interesting that we've seen him give visions to Sarah before by just touching her or other things. So what was with the blood drinking? Could the blood drinking maybe, and again, I'm going to play what Tony's game, what he did in his video a little bit. Could the blood drinking somehow tap them into parallel universes? So he's actually getting a glimpse of a parallel universe of himself where he is in a hospital bed and Victor never went to the town. I'm not saying that's the case. But they definitely left it open. It reminds me of the Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode, where the Benny Russell episode, when Captain Sisko and everyone, like you're not sure by the end of the episode if it's a dream or if it's not. And I think there's some element of that. Yes, it's probably just the man in yellow fucking with him, Tony. But I like that you pointed that out and played with that thought for a second, because it could also be we saw a glimpse of a parallel universe.
Yeah, I believe it is a glimpse of a parallel universe. I think that they have done it multiple times already and they've messed with it already. And I think that they're also trying to talk to people about, about that think they're all in the hospital. I think they're trying to push that away, that it's not everybody in the hospital, right? He's in the hospital at this time. Again, when we seen Tabitha in the hospital, I told you that was a parallel universe that she went into. She didn't go back into her main universe because it's impossible. Because when we look, I mean, I'll pull this is not the same laptop I normally use. This is my other laptop that I had to put on because I was doing something with the other one. But you can clearly see the pictures in his house when he has of Victor. Go back to the episode. And when she's in there, of Victor and Eloise, I forget this chick's name because no one ever says it, but that they're grown compared to the ages that they were when they went to Fromville. I mean, it's crystal clear if you just go look at it. There's no way around that fact. Though they're having a snowball fight, they're pretty big. They're like teenagers in that picture, right? So that can't be the same universe. When we look at Victor and they showed him in that scene, it seemed like Victor, if he never went to Fromville, like that is what it was. Victor who never went to Fromville, this is the way he would have wound up. And that's probably what happened in the parallel universe. As Phil just said, we've seen her give visions by touching people. It makes no sense all of a sudden that she has to have this man drink her blood in order to give him a vision. It doesn't make any sense. There's no way around it. It just doesn't work that way. Whether it was Marielle or Sarah or anyone, she did some chance to get into Sarah's head, right? That's what she got in there. She touched Marielle to get into
incantation. Is that the word?
Incantations. I'm not.
I know that was good. Like I wasn't sure. Like incantations. I think that's the
but she did that to get into Sarah's head, and then she touches Marielle to get married. And now all of a sudden she got to use blood. Like the both other ways are so much easier to do. Why all of a sudden would she go through the whole thing of him drinking her blood in order for her to have to put something in his mind? We've already seen her put things in her mind. It just wouldn't work to me, and that's what it is. So most likely to me, when I look at it, he's piercing into an alternate dimension. She's showing him that, and she's going to convince him, yeah, you can get to this alternate dimension, and this is where you're really at if you die. And it's not going to be no death, and it's not going to be he's going to kill people, but even when he does, he's not going to go to the other dimension. He's just going to be dead, and she's just psyching him out. And again, we could look at the thing with Boyd. When Boyd had the Polaroid camera, and they showed him a picture of his house, and he goes, that's not my house because the boat's next to it. Well, in that parallel dimension, the boat got there. In his dimension, they didn't get there with the boat. He just got the key that he got put in his Sprumville. But now the parallel dimension, the boat got there to his house. That's how they're able to take that picture of his house. There's because in the end, I don't give a goddamn. If we want to talk magical spells, bringing people back to life, I'm cool with it. I will go with that 100%. I'll go with it 100%. But if you want to go magical spells that make photos change to different things, I ain't never seen no spell like that. Not in Harry Potter, not in Buffy, not in nothing. There was never a spell that I ever seen that made a picture change to something else. Never a spell to do that. If you want to say a spell to bring someone back to life, 100%, I'm with you on that. but I'm not going to go with no spell that there is to put a different picture inside of a fucking viewfinder. I've never seen a spell do that. And every time we see her do her magic, if that's what we want to call it, she has to chant something. She always has to chant something.
She rolls her eyes and gets into like
that. So this is two different people doing this. The people that are putting that stuff in the camera, the viewfinder, it's not her doing that. It's somebody else doing that. So we're dealing with two different people here. Who is this Ghost Spurs bullshit in the chat? Let me tell you.
They're dead. The Spurs are dead. You don't even have to.
I'm not. You have the right.
Congratulations, Tony.
I'm not going to tell you who to cheer for. You have the right. If you're from there, do your thing. But yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Fan, we congratulate.
There's a reason why I got orange and blue on tonight. There's a reason why. Don's rocking orange and blue.
I respect. I do want to mention one thing, Tony. I know you didn't make it all the way through Lost, and obviously this is a different show, but there's something in Lost called, and as CFH mentioned, the Flash Sideways, which is sort of like getting visions of not just your past or your future, but seeing alternate universes, alternate takes on if something happened and something didn't happen. So again, within the universe, not the universe, within the writer's wheelhouse, alternate universes in a way have already been a part of that if we want. And again, not the same show. I'm not going to say I avoid mentioning it so much because there's so much lost in this episode. Even with the door not being able to be open, the whole end of the first season deals with this hatch that can't be opened. Like it's little things here that I avoid saying it, but and I just think they're love letters. I don't think they're sort of cloying or copying it. I just think they're sort of going, oh yeah, we're in another quagmire, like, and you can kind of associate it to a Lost situation. But one thing I want to get to, let's get to Big F's $20 super chat.
Awesome. Very, very generous. Thank you so much.
Hi, Tony and Phil. Sarah in yellow is the MVP of the season. Man in yellow is gathering the people for the next feast, leaving Ethan as a witness. By the way, zero hype for House of the Dragon season 3. Orange in blue sky. Nick's in 4, baby.
That's right. Nick's definitely 100%. Listen, I think he meant Sophia.
I think he meant.
Listen, we have praised this woman, this young woman, time and time again for her acting ability.
To her face.
To her face, and told her that she's the one. And it's obvious that she's the one. Now, obviously, she gets different parts than every other thing. I'm not comparing her to the other actors on the show because she's getting different lines. She's allowed to act differently. And I'm sure a lot of other people, if given that stuff, probably could pull it off. But all I can do is deal with what I'm seeing. And when I witness her on screen with anyone, any other actor on the show, she steals the whole scene every time.
Even Boyd in tonight's episode, she sort of was
every time. It's not once, it's every time she's on the screen, she's the MVP of the screen. Period. Point blank. End of story. And that's it. But yeah, again, the man in yellow at any time, we gotta get those likes up. 64 likes with over 300 people watching. That's not.
Oh, wow. I can't believe that. In 20 minutes, we have 300 people. That's awesome. I do want to send a special before we get too far, because we do have some audio listeners as well. I want to say a big love to Madison, Crazy Mads, who says, it would be awesome if you guys gave me a shout out like the podcast. I'm too afraid to call him, but you shouldn't be afraid to call
Crazy Mads. What's going on, Crazy Mads? That's what your name is? Madison?
Yeah, Crazy Mads, Madison. So one question. She has 4 questions. She said to pick one, but we'll go through all 4 so we can do quick answers. What do you all think the town is doing that makes the man in yellow so nervous? Do you think anything that the town people have done has made the man in yellow nervous?
I mean, when they grabbed those, they had those things. She definitely was concerned about them when she seen them totems. There's no doubt about it. You can see it in her face.
Yeah, there's something that she was like, oh, so what is that all about? Number 2, what do you all think the point of resurrecting Roger was? To simply scare them more? I think I think to scare them more and to also create disarray and also set Patty Burnface off. Like the next episode is when she's gonna rat out Tabitha and kind of get everything. That's the point of her.
Tabitha's already ratted herself out.
It's true, I guess. She already ratted.
They already said she already went in there and said, and that's the problem with the whole thing. I think the Roger point was just to show that scared people do stupid things. And they were scared, and they killed him without, and they just automatically looked like he was a monster. Thought he was a monster based on his looks. It's the trope that George R. R. Martin tried to dispel in Game of Thrones. That not all people who look like monsters are monsters, and people who are kind looking are good people. You know what I mean? So this guy came in there looking like, I would say, the Hound, and people were just like, "Oh, he's got to die. He's busted in because he can't," and not actually. And I don't blame him. I'm not saying I would have done the same thing. I would have probably shot him right in the forehead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's looking like the Frankenstein monster and shit. And
you know, and that would have tried. That would have wet him up. That would have been it. He would have got. That's just the way it goes. You know what I mean?
We already answered number 3. What do you guys think Henry's vision? Do you think it's an illusion due to Sophia's blood? We kind of already talked about that. And do you think the town cycle of the Man in Yellow will repeat again, like Victor said? Ethan being left alone. Do you think the Man in Yellow knew Victor was hiding in the cell? Do you think it's going to repeat its cycle?
Well, when the beautiful Samantha Brown came on our channel on this show right now, and I specifically said the best ending. I said this is what the best ending would be for the show, right? And I told her, and my best ending for her was that everybody dies except for her and Ethan. She escapes and gets thrown into a psychiatric hospital. Ethan becomes the new Victor. And then at one point when she's being transported, she gets sent back there and Ethan is grown up and she's older and stuff. I said that was what it was going to be. That would be the best ending for me if I could think of anything. That's what I said. And they're already talking about Ethan coming back. So I think that at least halfway I was there. So I think that's the best ending that they could possibly do in this show.
We get Phil just congratulated us. Yeah, I'm not congratulating them yet, but you beat a team twice on their home floor. You're most likely winning the series by the law of averages. They looked older on the picture that was in Henry's room. That's what Tony was saying earlier. And thank you for the super chat donation. We really do appreciate it. And there was one more super chat I missed here. Here we go. You can have magic do all the things you mentioned in comic books and video games. There are magic users who can manipulate the laws.
We're talking about, all right, comic books and video games. So let's go through it since you want to bring comic books up. Comic books, though it's called magic, Doctor Strange or anyone else that uses it, they specifically say it's not. It's called magic, but it's them drawing energy from different dimensions that they expel in this dimension, and it looks like magic. Every one of them, Doctor Strange, Dormammu, go through them all. They all say it. So whether it's really not magic, it's really just them drawing energy from other dimensions. Just like Cyclops' eye blast is a beam from another dimension that he's channeling through his eyes. So that's what it is. But no, I have not.
Don't mess with people that played that Marvel role-playing game. I mean, you guys have that sick knowledge built in.
No, I played that role-playing game.
That's what I'm saying. You and my cousin Alan should have a conversation. You guys both play that game. You guys
you know what I mean? So that's what it is and stuff. You know what I mean? So when I deal with it, I'm saying it's we have been given rules to this magic. We've seen it. They gave it to you. Every time she does it, she has to say some words. Right? That's the rule we've been given. If she's doing magic, she must say some words, and then the spell happens.
Some sort of spell of some sort.
There is no spell being said when Boyd is going and looking through the viewfinder and the picture of his wife. There's no spell being said when you see Elgin and the story walk at Julie, and they have the Polaroid, and then the pictures come out. There's no spell being said then at that time. So they show this is two different people doing two different things. She's doing her thing, but there's somebody else who's doing those pictures. And the people who are doing those pictures are in control of this whole place.
Yep.
And they're the ones who are able to manipulate that stuff. He's doing his thing, the Man in Yellow, in this spot.
They're the ones operating the jukeboxes too.
Yeah, they're the ones who got the jukebox going. They're the ones who change the weather. They're the ones who do all that. That's not magic doing that stuff. They're not doing that with magic. They're doing that with science fiction-based materials. And I'm telling you, when it's all said and done, it's going to come down to that. That's what we're going to see. And we'll open up the phone lines in a second. I know people are anxious to call in. We got over 330 people up in here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boys. This is the #1 show for the fans, by the fans. Let me say what up to a couple people. Julie B, Deep Dives, Pixie Vine TV, SCU, TCP, what's going on? TNX, what's going on? You Red Lipstick Club, Anna, what's going on? My girl from Tamika's Den, what's going on to you two? What's going on? I just wanted to shout out a quick couple of people.
I'll tell you after I got an interesting report about who's listening to our show, and we're #1 in some countries, Tony. So we're #1 TV and film one in some very random countries, but we are #1.
Listen, I'll take it.
Yeah, take it. We're like #1 in Albania. It's great.
Okay, listen, I'm going. We'll show up.
Yeah, we'll have a live show.
We'll show up. We're single. and we're showing up.
Okay. We got another email from Christine. And if you're listening to the audio cast and you want to call in, you can always call in and leave a voicemail 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We love you, Glue Guns and Roses.
There's another Guns N' Roses person in the live chat too. I thought it's an interesting coincidence.
No, we love Glue Guns and Roses. Thank you that you actually made a live stream. I know it's been a while since we've been able to see you, but thank you, darling. I'm glad you were
here. She calls us. Okay, so Christine says, I'll yada yada this a little bit because it's longer. I just started listening to your podcast a couple weeks ago. I heard your theories, many other theories in social media. I love them all. My question is, why do all these mysteries exist in this town? Could they be okay, blah, blah, blah. I want to get into this second. Let me piggyback on my theory. I don't think the man in yellow is the ruler of creator of this pocket dimension or realm. I can't remember exactly what episode, but Jade said something that struck out to me. He asked me where Victor was squatting. Could the man in yellow be a squatter? This realm existed. He's in it, he's seizing it, he's doing incantations and spells. I'm adding a little bit to it, and I'm yada yadaing your message, Christine. Thank you so much for the message. I don't want to read a whole giant email, but that's essentially the point. Could the man in yellow be a squatter in this universe?
Yeah, I think they captured him. I think he's captured, and I think he's there. They caught him, and they're running experiments with him, and they're using their own kind of human beings to use the experiments on. And that's what I really believe in the end, that's what we're going to see, that he's a prisoner of this place too, that he can't get out, and he's having his fun while he's there, but he's captured by some type of government agency, and they're all just running tests, and they're sacrificing human beings to find out what's going on.
Yeah, I think like he's like Bill Murray from Groundhog's Day. He's been there so many times, seen the cycle so much, he knows exactly what's going to happen, so he moves throughout it just with the quickness, with the ease of not stopping. I mean, he's calling his shot in this episode and manipulating Boyd. He walks into Boyd's office and gets every piece of information he needs to get. Boyd was a little bit of I know he gave the plan to everyone in town, but Boyd, he was a chatty Patty in that scene, Tony. Thank you. You knew where I was going with that. He's a chatty damn Patty in that scene. I love Boyd. He usually keeps things closer to the chest. She got him to sing like a goddamn canary, dude.
Yeah. I mean, she just got there. The number one thing I would say to everyone who's coming to this town, and the thing I would think they should see, is that how come she adapted so quickly? No one is adapted. They had straps in Colony House for people for the first night. So obviously this is the way people react. This chick came in and said, there's magic, there's monsters, we're being tested by God. Okay. And just agreed with it. Ain't nobody agreeing with that shit. Nobody at all and stuff. You know what I mean? Not at all. So I just think that they're missing the boat with that whole situation. Like it should be what it is. You should understand that this chick is adapting too quickly. Something's up.
Yeah, 100%. Donna did have some logic. I appreciate her being like, why are you telling everybody this? It might cause mass hysteria. Yeah. Do you think that Boyd and Jade were impetuous in telling everyone in town all the information? Should they have kept it to more of a small group, like people that a must-know circle? Or do you agree with Jade and Boyd?
I think that Jade is at fault here, because Jade knows that he gets killed by the town people every cycle. And if he would have relayed that information to Boyd, then Boyd may have been like, well, we need to keep our mouth shut then. So Boyd's not running on that right there. He's not running on this knowledge that Jade had. It's like these people in this fucking town right here, right? They're willing to give up information, but not everything. And that's the problem. Like, you can't just give up 95% and leave the important 5% out. Hey, we should tell everybody I'm reincarnated. But
Julie, tell somebody you kill me, old man. Julie,
if you're gonna say it, say it. Tell them everything. Listen, I was told I was reincarnated. I've been here, and every time I'm in here, I get killed by you motherfuckers. Y'all motherfuckers flip on me and kill me at some point, and that's the way we go out. I want y'all to know that that's what's gonna go on. Put that in their head if you're gonna say it to them. Let them know the whole thing, or just say it to Boyd. Like, listen. Every time I've been here, Boyd, these people have always got mad at me and they've killed me, right? So that way, Boyd would have most likely said, well, we should keep this under wraps.
Yeah, we should keep this between us. Tell a few people, tell a couple of situations. I mean, we'll get into this a little bit when we get down to our deeper breakdown and stuff like that. But I definitely think people communicated, but you're right. They don't say everything. Julie, I know Julie's on the sideline. She's reminding me of a Hiro Nakamura in a season of Heroes because he's a time traveler and can kind of stop time. So every once in a while they have to put him on the sideline. I think Julie's on the sideline for a few episodes smoking some weed because we know she has to come and see the Yellow Man again in that other time, that other cycle that she saw Jim the second time. Like I think
they are just so heavy-handed with delaying
Julie doing her stuff.
Everything. Well, not just Julie, Tabitha too.
Julie. Especially she's literally smoking weed.
I mean, not just her. I mean, Tabitha too.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
I mean, Tabitha goes to the car. She sees the fucking Miranda come in. Ethan said, "Should we go in?" No. We know we're gonna see that whole rolling. They're gonna show that her roll right in Miranda.
Sometime in the next 3 episodes.
Sometime in the next 3 episodes. Film that little shot with that actress. They didn't just film that little shot and said, "All right, you're done for the day. Here's your money." They filmed the whole shit of her rolling in. But they had to have Tabitha with a, "Oh, should we go in there?" No, we should. Listen, obviously we should. And Julie with her delay, oh, now all of a sudden I want to smoke weed and I want to be a loser and I don't want to go backstory walking. They're just delaying it. The showrunners and delaying it. And to me, it's not a good delay. Like, obviously we know what's going to happen. So just show it.
It reminds me of Rocky 2, and I don't want to hate on Rocky 2. I like it, but the whole movie, it's like, Apollo's calling him a chick, and you're just like, shut up, Rocky. You know you're gonna fight at the end of the movie. Like, just get in the ring, just train. Adrian, shut up. You know you're gonna let him fight. Like,
it's like when I watch the Titanic. The only thing I want to see is the ship to go down.
Yeah,
like all that other shit don't mean nothing to me. Put the ship down already. Let's go.
Top of the world, Jack.
Yeah, I don't need that. This is Titanic. I just show, hi, how you doing? Sink the ship, motherfucker, sink it. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for the sinking. I ain't here for the goddamn blue ass diamond. I ain't here for her not to let Jack on the goddamn float. Sink that motherfucker already. Let's go. Let's get this shit over with. Let's see if you weren't
the iceberg.
Yeah, if you weren't gonna show her get that flashback, then don't show it to me. Don't show me the clip of it. Wait till next episode, have her go back by herself or something and touch it and show the whole thing in its entirety.
Yeah, and that's a good point, Tony. Like, just have her sort of look at the car, be afraid to walk over to it. Instead, she helped Victor for 2 seconds. She opened the trunk, looked in the trunk, and then gave up, wandered over there for a second. And
that car's not brown. Victor said that man in yellow came in a brown car. I know brown. My skin is brown. Well, really caramel for you ladies. But, I know brown when I see it. But that is not brown. That car was not brown at all. That shit is not brown. That shit was orangey. All right? that was not brown. I know brown when I see it. I see it every day.
It looked like the Jersey Shore tans. That's what
it looked like. It looked like that shit that these white women around my way when I was younger used to put this stuff on and it made their legs look like they put spaghetti sauce on it.
Yeah,
and we used to call them. We used to call them spaghetti sauce legs because they put this like tan stuff on their legs. Y'all know who did it.
Snooki did it. It's Snooki still does that stuff.
It looked like they had spaghetti sauce on their legs.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm trying to think before we get into the recap, because should we get in the recap now or
let's open the phone lines up and let people call.
The phone lines are open. We do have a text message from Biltron. He says, "Yo, what's up? It's Biltron. I have a feeling Jade or Boyd will come up with a plan to go into the tunnels at night in order to retrieve the bones. It'll raise the tension like last night's episode for sure. They may have to set up a distraction for the monsters, but I could see them maybe going down this road. And Henry waking up in the hospital is interesting. Great stream, gentlemen. I do think we already know who our team going into the basement are: Acosta, Sarah, Boyd, Victor.
I mean, into the tunnels? In the tunnels?
The tunnels.
In the tunnels, it's going to be Boyd, Jade. Acosta. I don't know if she's going in the tunnel.
He said there was a moment in tonight's episode where she said, "You're going to need me in those tunnels." He said, "We will talk about that. When the time comes, we will talk about that." I think that implies that he knows she knows how to use a gun and she's going down there with him.
Yeah, she shouldn't go down there.
Because she's going to die. That's why. But she's going down with him, I think. And Victor,
I would go down there. Like, number one people you need to go down there with. You have to go. Well, we'll get back to what.
Victor's definitely. I want to talk about Victor in a bit.
Victor, I wouldn't take Victor. He freezes up.
But he's coming. That's the old
Yes,
Victor,
hello.
Tony. New Victor's here. That's cool, calm, and collected. You see him tonight. He's like, Boyd, shut up. I don't want to hear your words anymore. Let's move on. Like Victor's a new Victor after tonight's episode. Especially when Henry dies, he's gonna go Rambo. That's just my impression. Sorry, area code 404. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what's your question or comment?
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Hammy Deals from the chat. How you doing, Phil? How you doing, Teflon?
What's going on? What's going on?
How's it go, my friend?
Yes, sir. I'm waiting for this all week, but I
Me
wanted
too.
to ask, do you think there's any correlation to Victor speaking in third person when he was referencing the boy and the girl?
Oh, when he was saying like she came with a son, with a boy and a girl, and the boy was left alone. Like maybe, I mean, could it be a little bit that he's sort of like separated from it? He doesn't look at it, doesn't even look at that little kid as himself. But Tony, do you think there's any significance to that?
I don't know if it's significance, but I did say in my other video that I just put out, the one before this one, that it was important that Tabitha came in with a boy and a girl, and Miranda went out with a boy and a girl, and that was a pattern. People told me, isn't that a pattern to the Teflon? But obviously it is a pattern. We've seen it right now. But I don't think it's anything. I just think that Victor just talks certain ways here and there.
Got you. And then as far as if they kind of doing a repeat of everything, do you think that Eloise could also story walk?
You know, it wouldn't surprise me if she could. I know everyone wants her to be. Yeah. I think the best theory I heard about that is that she story walked somehow and found her way out, and she's the author of the Gulagog and all that book. She's the one. That's the best one I've heard. I mean, we don't know. I don't know. I think she's alive, but I really think that she's Sarah resurrected. Like that. I just think that Eloise is Sarah. That's just what it is to me. That's what and people saying two people can't be alive at the same time. Well, it would be a situation like Ethan, right? It would be no different than Ethan and Victor. Tabitha having two kids, and she had those kids. It would be a situation like that where Sarah is with Eloise.
Gotcha. And then the last thing I want to ask is, do you think the town or the dimension of From causes people to lose memory? Because Sarah said she forgot what a donut was, and Victor's been there for 40 years. And he pretty much had a lot of things he forgot. That's
a good point. I did think that donut line was interesting because even take it for like a comedy thing, who the fuck forgets donuts? Like I don't care how many years I'm not eating donuts, I'm not going to forget that a donut is a thing. But so I did think that was a little weird that she said, "Whoa, I don't even remember donuts."
Yeah, no, I would think it's a good chance that, but the longer you stay there, the more you lose your mind and you don't remember stuff. I think that's what happens when you're there.
That's definitely a good assumption, my friend.
Guys, thank you all. Continue doing y'all thing, you guys. I love the show. Keep it going, Phil. And Acosta's waiting for you, Teflon. You better get on it.
I'm here for it. I work out every day for it.
The doors are fully open, my friend.
I work out every day. You understand? Every time I'm on there, I'm doing my weighted dips. That's all. It's running through my mind.
Tony, a little bit more on Victor. Victor in this episode started to be a little bit more together. The way he handled all the information when his dad's like, "No, you can't say that." Victor's like, "Dad, I can handle it fine. I'm okay now." Like Victor was sort of taking everything in stride and quickly thought and kind of went into action, communicated he needed his mommy to come with him to the car graveyard. Like Victor actually, like I see a change in Victor happening right now.
No doubt about it. And Victor definitely has changed, but I think he's going to revert back to who he was when he's forced to kill his father. And I think that's probably how it's going to go out when it's all said. That he's going to have to pull a Boyd on this guy and get him out of there. VMCR Regan, thank you for the super chat. He says, "Hey guys, followed you both for a long time. Thanks for everything. Wanted to say I zoomed in on the pictures in Henry's vision, and the two on the wall have the symbol of from the talismans. Any thoughts? Nick's in 4. That's right. I have to zoom in, but I would not believe I would, if it did have the talisman, I have to take a look. I take your word for it.
Yeah.
But I just think it's a parallel dimension that they're dealing with here. I really do. I know that everyone wants to say, "Oh, Sophia is just putting these memories in their head," and I understand that. And I'm not saying it's not that, but
Could be.
I'm saying it's a good chance that it is that. But it's weird to me that they had to do the blood for him. Makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Same, Tony. And 1 second, caller. If you're right now, if you're on my channel, make sure you go over to Teflon TV and you subscribe. And if you're on Teflon TV, jump over to my channel. That obviously helps me way more than it helps Tony. But either way, still make sure you do that. Area code, and if you're listening to the audio cast, make sure you subscribe to both channels. Area code 812. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where you're calling from? And what's your question or comment?
Well, y'all sure are bossy. Subscribe here, subscribe there.
I know
I'm
a dirty asshole, aren't I? I'm just
Come on. We're trying to get to where you're at.
I know you missed check mark over here. Come on.
Yeah, we're trying to get there.
It's easy for you to say.
I'm already subscribed to you both, and I already have both y'all.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's easy with your 100,000 over there, my friend.
200,000.
Oh, 200. I'm sorry, I was underselling.
Y'all are too sweet now. Now listen up. I think I have this solved. Okay.
Okay.
And if we're just going to put aside, let's pretend that aliens are never a thing. Okay. Just for 1 second.
I'll go
for 1 second, we're going to throw that to the side. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've actually been sick. I've been rewatching From, and really paying attention every time Ethan talks about the Chromonocle and in that other book. And, the one thing that gets referenced a lot of times is like the lonely dragon, and then you go down there and you find the map, and then you find your way out, or the person on the quest. So I actually think it's not the diner. I actually think the lonely dragons lost things that nobody wanted, but that's where the map is in the caves, and we've already seen it. We saw the map in the caves, is what I think. When I think originally Tabitha and Victor went down there, and we saw I saw it as a map, or maybe a storytelling, like cave paintings on the wall. Are y'all still with me, or have I lost?
We disconnect. You're disconnected.
I'm with you. We're with you listening.
Yeah. So I actually think that's a map on the way out, and I think in pictures it tells stories of the cycle, or maybe what needs to be done, or whatever. Because you see two people originally. You see there is a line in it. I'm just going by memory now, but anyways, That's just by memory. I need to go back and find that specific scene and screenshot it. Okay. Secondly, I really thought, I've been having to watch all on the replay, and so I haven't been able to join in and then back and forth. But I do think that Acosta's jacket that she picked up in the diner, y'all know, are y'all with me here?
Yes.
Like in episode 1 or 2? I thought that was going to be Abby's jacket. I really did. It seemed like they did a pause on her when she put it on. And in my mind, I thought I saw Abby, Boyd's wife, wearing the jacket. But in my rewatches, I have not been able to find
no, I've never seen her in a hoodie. I don't think we only see her in the shirt, Boyd's wife.
No, in that zip up jacket. Have we never seen Abby in a zip up jacket? That's a false memory I created, I guess. But didn't you think she paused when she put it on? It seemed like a special moment, or did I truly?
I think what happened was that she said that she never wanted to get and wear clothes from this place because she didn't want to get comfortable here, and she just gave up on that. Like she was resisting it, and then she just put it on, so she kind of got broken by that situation. That's the way I took it.
Oh, okay. I totally misread that. Last theory, I'm going to get off because I'm reading the comments as I'm talking, and there's a bunch of cool theories being chatted up in there. But I also think the Lake of Fire wasn't used, Lake of Tears wasn't used right, because Ethan just sprinkled it on the bird, and I know for a fact, as a Catholic who was baptized in sprinkled water, it was not accepted. I had to be submerged for it to matter. So is it something like that, or is that just a very niche thing that triggered my mind? He should have put the bird in the water like the dolls went in the water, or am I thinking wrong on that? Maybe.
I just don't think it's that. I just don't think it's there. I think the Lake of Tears, if it's is by what Tabitha was told was to go to the lighthouse to save the children. She thought that she had to go to the top of the lighthouse. I think that. And you look at the picture that Victor drew of the eye in the sky that's crying, and then there's a lake. I think that eye in the sky is the lighthouse light. I think it represents that. So I think it's going to be under the lighthouse that she has to go, and that's where that lake will be.
Okay, well, yeah, Hey guys, I'm sorry I called in. I apologize to you.
No, we'd love to hear from you, Glue.
You
No,
should
no, 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 it's
apologize. You should apologize. Come on.
I did. I overthought
What are you
it.
doing? What are
Obviously,
you calling in for? That's horrible. Come on.
just say I'm wrong. It's aliens.
You're
Bye,
wrong.
y'all.
You're
Bye.
wrong. It's
Till
aliens.
next time.
Goodbye,
Bye.
Guns N' Roses. Sweet child of mine. Goodbye. Have some patience.
It is aliens. It is aliens. I already know. Listen, I am not worried about me. And I see people in the chat. See, I don't see you. I see you. And I see you, and the magic is in the dirty. You don't want to say you don't want to eat the chip. I'll eat that motherfucker if I'm wrong. Let me tell you. And let that know that that's not the reason why I'm saying I'll eat this motherfucker if I'm wrong. In the end, I'm not going to be wrong. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Not at all. Yeah, y'all will see when it's all said and done. You know what I'm saying? You see, I got a tattoo right here on my arm. All right. You know what that tattoo says? It says "C'est la vie." That's what that tattoo says. "C'est la vie." And if it's not aliens, "C'est la vie." That's it. That's how I live my life, man. So I'm not worried about it. We shall see. But I will be right when it's all said and done.
We got Samuel with the Super Chat donation. I don't see them going back to the tunnels until they learn to utilize Fatima's power over the monsters or the golem. I wonder how much the golem will actually play a part, or now if they're just going to shift to Fatima being able to control Smiley. Like, could she theoretically literally control Smiley now? And that could be the distraction that they need. Like, they use Smiley as a distraction to distract the other monsters, and that's how they go and get the bones.
Well, that's what they had to do. They have to have Smiley down there and around and use him like he's a fucking security camera.
Yeah, use him as a mole, or it's a security. It's like the eyes and the ears.
Yeah, so he can see and hear everything that's going on down there through his eyes and stuff. And that's what she needs to use him for, and everything else. And that's what I would think it should be if she's going to use it. That would be the best. I don't know if she could fully take control of him or anything else like that, but I would definitely think he's got to be the security guy. He's got to be the door camera that's out there and everything. And she's got to just look through his eyes and say, all right, they're all over here. They're down this way. The people that we see are down here. All right, they're coming back, guys. Everybody get out. That's what I would think it would be. You know what I mean? If it's going to be anything. And Samuel says, thank you for the $5 super chat. It says, I don't see them going back to the tunnels until they learn to utilize Fatima's power over the monsters and go, no, listen, we only got a couple episodes left. It's going to be a very fast learn. But again, she got to tell somebody. These people will only tell 90%. She has to say, I seen it. I seen him about to kill you, Kenny, and I screamed, and that's when he stopped. She has to say that. They have to be able to utilize these powers. They have to be able to do it, and you have to say something about it. Bells, thank you so much for the super chat. You notice that Tabitha and the other incarnations show up with sons and daughters. If we did talk about that, but Jade and Tabitha originally only had a daughter. You think Tabitha was pregnant when everything first happened, and her unborn baby is the boy in white.
What? Jade and Tabitha only had a daughter? I'm not sure I understand.
So she's saying that Tabitha showed up with Jim. They had a son and a daughter.
Yes.
Right. So, but Jade and Tabitha, if they had a child in the beginning,
when they very first,
the Nkui child was only one daughter. So maybe that the boy in white is an unborn baby of theirs, and that gives the son.
Possibly, or that's their son, or somehow, that's
it could be their son if you want to go that route. I mean, it's not.
And that connects to the boy in white being Victor, because maybe he's the original boy there.
I mean, the boy in white is definitely Victor. So it would make sense that the boy in white that would be Victor in that sense. It all fits hand in hand. So I can see it kind of
it could all go together like that. Maybe. I mean,
I can see it going down like that. I can see it happening like that. And thank you so much. Very generous. Very, very generous of you.
Much
really appreciate it.
Just gonna put on a weird.
That's a very, very, very good theory right there. 100%.
I like how Kenny was the most skeptical of the golem, and it saved his life. I mean, they did have that moments with Kenny and Fatima earlier in the season, so hopefully they will talk after the fact. And I also want to mention that, I mean, we've seen the monsters take enjoyment before, but Smiley definitely took a little extra enjoyment in that kill. Like he was taught. It was almost a little bit more.
He's the only one who's getting lines from these monsters, really.
But yeah,
Don't-
since Jasmine's gone, it was
Yeah.
Jasmine and him really.
They should have never got rid of fucking Jasmine. They should never got rid of Jasmine. In all honesty, I'm being honest about it. Jasmine should still be there. Like, Smiley is iconic for the smile, the howdy doody look, and everything else. And I love him. I think he's a great actor. I think he's a great for what he has done. I can't say he's a great actor. I need to see him in some more stuff. So I'm not going to give him that.
He's a good character.
Yeah, he's a good character. He's a good character, right? He's doing good. Jasmine, to me, was better. Like, she was better. Like, they should have focused on her. I'm not saying do everything, but they should have never let that chick go. I love Jasmine, the whole porn stash, like, you have her do all that stuff and then she's gone.
Yeah.
Like, that's the most iconic stuff that we've seen. And she's gone for one season. We never see her again. Like, that doesn't work for me. Like, they should have they should have kept her in there. Like, I don't understand.
I'm with you too. It's definitely another, and we've saw more things with her than we've seen with other monsters about her doing the touching thing. We've saw Smiley gather that afterwards. She made out with Porn Stash for a second, so she was taking a moment to enjoy. So we've got a lot of our introduction to how these things work and how they can take enjoyment in the moment fucking with people from her. So it would have been good to see her play out more. And it's one of those things that I think they probably just didn't want to pay her because she's actually somewhat of a name and all the other monsters are glorified extras. It's probably why they originally wrote Smiley out, because they're like, oh, Smiley, he's to a point where we're going to have to pay this guy and we have a low budget. So we're going to fire him and we'll bring up other monsters. And then everyone was like, we miss Smiley. So they brought Smiley back, or maybe they always intended on doing that. I don't think so.
Yeah, I talked to her off air when she did an interview with us. And I talked to her off air, and she told me the deal, but she asked me not to say nothing about it, so I cannot say anything that happened.
I'll talk to you off air.
Yeah, but she told me the whole
I'll
deal.
see if I'm right. I was not part of this conversation, so I'll speculate the fuck out of it. I think they didn't want to pay her because she's too talented, and they knew they would have to pay her a little bit as a real actress, but instead of an extra. That's my speculation of the situation, knowing nothing about it. But whatever.
I know what happened. Well, I can't. Unfortunately,
okay. We don't have to play a game here.
I'll tell you.
I'm not poker reading you to see if I'm right.
Yeah, no.
The Larry David look. Done.
I can't be poker red. I can't be poker red. That's not the way it goes and everything else. That's the way we got. So who is this? Billy Man from your? Who is this? Big Man,
New York. Little Man, New York.
Little Manny.
Oh, Little Manny, yeah. Or is it Big Manny, Little Manny?
Big Man, yeah. All right. There we go. Do you think they are ever going to talk about what happened to Tilly? They haven't said they buried her. No, this Tilly has gotten no respect, and you should have given Tilly some more respect.
She's the Rodney Dangerfield.
Got rid of her. They didn't say what happened to her. She just, from what we know, she's just lying out there in the shed being fertilizer for weed. That's what we know about her. They didn't say anything about Tilly, and it isn't fair. Big Manny, Little Manny, I agree that they should do something for Tilly. It's bullshit. Tilly deserved better.
The only Tilly comment we got was Kenny at the beginning of the. I almost want to hear you say Kenny and Tilly. Kenny said something about Tilly, and yes, I like how Smiley says.
Boyd did too. He threatened Elgin. I'll tell everybody you killed Tilly.
He did. He said it like that.
You better keep your mouth shut, or I'll tell everybody you killed Tilly.
I'm convinced that the directors watch us too, because Smiley is calling Kenny like you call Kenny's name. He's Kenny. He's just like, listen, Kenny. Hi, Kenny. He sounded like you referring to me. It's Kenny. I killed your dad.
Like, boy, when he said that to Elgin, he sounds like my uncle. Like my uncle back in the day would talk like that. Like, I'll tell everybody you killed Tilly if you open your mouth. Like my uncle used to be like, I'd be like, I'm going to get my car washed. Why are you going to get your car washed when God's going to wash your car in a couple of days, boy? Why are you going to waste that money? Why are you going to do That's the way my uncle was. And that's the way boys said to me. Why are you going to get your car washed, boy? You know God's going to wash that car for you in a couple of days. What are you wasting that money for?
Everybody, it is 9:00. We'll keep the phone lines open if you call in, and we'll take your call. But we'll get into this. Let's get into this recap a little bit.
Let's do it.
I know someone said they wanted me to jump around like a crazy person. It's really hot in here right now, but maybe I'll do. Here we go. I'll do something else to do. Okay, recap time. So here we go. Off to Boyd. We start out.
Phil does play the booty cheeks bongos too for you ladies out there.
I do. I can do this one. That's the.
He's good at it. He's good at it, ladies. Just know he's good at it.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. With you, I might actually get somewhere here. But Pixie. I'm not gonna answer that sentence.
Yeah,
but
Pixie, you better watch yourself.
Yeah, don't threaten me with a good time, Pixie. You know, don't make this awkward for me here. Okay, so let's get into this recap. Sorry. Oh my God, my dog came running over. See, that's what I'm trying to avoid. So we open right up from the last time, as we do almost in every episode, Tony. We start out. I like how they do that. They don't waste any time. They go right into the last situation. And what I love in this situation is how, to break down the door, they bring in Randall. Like, he's the break shit guy. It's like, hey, bring Randall down. Hey, I'll break it down.
Yeah. This is a job for Randall.
Yeah, he's like, I'll break it down if you want me to. And it's like, oh, what do you want to do? You just try to break it down? You want me to break it down? I just love Randall.
He gets down there and looks at it. He's like, this is sealed really tight. Yeah, Randall, really?
Exactly. This thing's sealed. Like, what do they do? Do they call Randall? They're like, who can help us break this door down? Get Randall down here. Or did Randall just wander down there? I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, it's Randall. Randall's going to be somebody who's in the tunnel. He's going in there. Randall will be in there. We didn't say who we thought were going to be in there. So let's go. Let's say that real quick for you, Ray. I think it's going to be Boyd, Jade, Randall.
I agree. I agree on all three.
Fatima.
I don't think Fatima comes. But
Ellis.
Does Boyd let Ellis go?
Yeah, he has to. And Kenny. That's my 6. And Kenny goes.
I think you're missing Victor. And
I don't know if Victor can do it. I just think he's going
to. Sarah's definitely going. He already said Sarah's going.
There's too many in the tunnel.
There's going to be a lot.
How are you going to put all these people in the tunnel? What are they going to? Why do you need all these people down there?
Will Boyd go in his condition?
You need a wheelbarrow. All you need is a couple of people in the wheelbarrow.
Tony, do you think Boyd will actually go in his condition, or does he send Kenny, Ellis, and Sarah?
If he's going to send Victor, he's going. There's no way he's not on the front.
Okay, my speculation, just because I'm going to go way out on a limb, I'm going to say Victor, Kenny, Ellis, and Sarah go. Boyd stays home because he's.
And that's it. Jade's not going.
Jay goes too. But I say Boyd stays home. They put him on the injured reserve. I love how he's straight up lying to Christy. Like, he's like, oh, I don't have any hallucinations. My hand's fine. Sure, Christy, I'm coming in for the test. Sure, I'm going to the doctor. Fuck you.
I just don't see how they put that, like, these plans. Like, it's not a hard plan to come up with. You wait till these fuckers leave at night. You go in when they're outside, and you get out before they come back. I mean, that's it. But the bottom line is, y'all stupid enough to say it in front of Sophia, and you're gonna, and it's gonna backfire.
You didn't even just, like, let's forget that Sophia, what we know. He was stupid enough to basically say the plan in front of the whole town, and then he specifically got into detail with Sophia. Do you think there's any chance that Boyd puts the pieces together, that he was a chatty patty too much, and figures out that Sophia's sketch? Because she's kind of calling her shots about it too. She's just walking around.
It's gonna be Tabitha. That's why they didn't fucking show it. It's Tabitha. When Tabitha goes back to that fucking car and she drives through that fucking town, and then she's gonna see fucking Sophia in that fucking town.
Yeah, and in the flashback. Yeah,
in the flashback. That's why they didn't show it. And that's what they're gonna show. It's gonna be her that spots it.
You talked about that in your video, and as much as
when she came into town, who was the first person in the car? It was Tabitha with her.
Yeah, as much as I've been on the Acosta finding something, I think you're probably right. I think she probably sees something in that flashback. she sees the original Sophia, whoever originally wore those clothes.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. There's no way around that.
So we're still with Randall coming in there being because if you need a wall broken down, you need some construction. Randall's your guy. Bring him down. Hi, I'm Randall from Randall's Break Shit down in here on 53rd and 2nd. If you need something broken down, call me. I'm Randall. I'll be right down there and throw my Captain America shield right through that fucking door. Okay, I do think they hang a talisman on the door. When do you think the door is going to open? Do you think they're going to bust it open? I personally think it's going to open on its own at the end of the season as a cliffhanger for next season.
No, I think they're coming. They're going to open it, and it's not going to be able to close. And these monsters are flooding through this place, and they're going to burn the whole thing down. And I think that's how Donna dies, if she's going to die, because Donna be laid up in the bed. She's not going to be able to escape. They kill Donna, and then everybody hates Jade and Boyd for coming up with the play because Donna died, and that's the end of them.
Oh, people are making sense now. Okay, they called Randall the door because he was the guy with the winch in the earlier episode.
Yeah, he did have the way. Yeah, he did.
You're right about that. You're right about that, my friend. Oh my god, good one. Okay, so next is like Boyd wrangling a wild Pokemon, like trying to collect a wild drunk Henry. So off to Kenny and Boyd are looking for Henry, and a very drunk Henry goes, "Evening, everybody. I'm sorry, I won't do that all night. Kenny's always stating the obvious. He turns and goes, Tony, I think Henry's drunk. That's Kenny's.
Really, Kenny? Really? He's drunk. What gave it away?
Really?
He pissed his pants. Is that what it was? Was the piss that he pissed? Henry looks like a pants pisser. Like those guys, like Henry. He looks like he shits on himself when he gets drunk. He looks like someone who's piss in the corner. Like will try to make it to the bathroom and instead will be in his bedroom and just piss in the corner and think that's it. That's the type of drunk Henry is.
Or he's like a sink pisser, like he pisses in the kitchen sink because he's too lazy to like.
Yeah, that's the type of drunk fucking Henry looks like.
Hey, I'm fine. Kenny says he's drunk. Boyd comes in to have a word with him, but Henry's drunk and grieving. But he starts saying, he's like, I'm okay. What's wrong with Victor? I'll stop. He says, I'm fine. I don't need to say it again. Whenever somebody's drunk like that, saying they're fine, they're not fine. Boyd giving Henry way more rope than most. So then we get Tabitha and the kids.
Shit out of Henry. Henry needs to be smacked the shit out of. Like it's to the point where you got to smack the shit out of him. Like it's too much. Like you could sing the song about your wife, you could do all that, but once you get to the point where he's at, it's time to smack him in the face and just knock some sense into him and let him sober up. Like why does this guy have access to the bar as much as he wants? Who's making the liquor anymore? Because Jade was the one doing it. When does Jade have time to keep making liquor? It's like this guy just shows up there. It's like he don't never want to leave. This is his dream. He just goes there and drinks for free every fucking day. This guy, this guy needs to be banned. He needs to get the shit smacked out of him and smack some sense of him and just lock him down with the belts in the bed until he sobers the fuck up.
This dude definitely needs to be sober, dried out a little bit. So Tabitha and the kids, Tabitha is going through Jim's shirts, and Ethan comes in and tells her he likes looking through dad's stuff too. Julie's home. They tell Julie about the Kool-Aid giant doll monster stuff. Ethan says, and Mom stabbed them. And Julie is in her, as Tony said, probably one of my only things I did not love about this episode. And it's not that I hated it. It's just, as we were talking about, it's a overused trope where the character that can solve everything because she's got the dream walking. We had to put her on the sidelines for the dream walking at this point. So she's stoned and hating everything. Well, fuck you in your past. It didn't really happen. How do you know? How do you know? Yeah. And as she tells the kids that she was Miranda and used to be Vic's mom. So we go over to Boyd telling Henry his wife is alive. Boyd tells him, and Henry makes a big drunk deal out of it. No, how dare you? The way he was saying it, Tony, was almost like overdoing what Boyd was actually saying. He wasn't saying, I mutilated your wife, dude. Like, yeah, she was eaten, but Boyd didn't do that. He just said she's reincarnated as Tabitha. It's the way he was doing it was like, how dare you say that? Boom. He was really bad.
Yeah, it's too much. Like, it's too much. Like, no one's gonna get that upset as he got upset, no matter what happened, and I understand he's been through some shit right now. I understand he's been dealing with what he's been dealing with
He's
and
being
everything,
dramatic.
but no one's going to get all crazy. Like this black. How dare you say that to me? Shut up, fucker. All right, you should be happy. Like that should make you happy. Like really, I had a chance to say I'm sorry. I had a chance to say that I fucked up. I had a chance to say I was an alcoholic. That's why you bailed on me with the kids. You know, all these things he would have had a chance to say. I just think it was too much. It was over. It was way over. Again, I'm going to compare it to Sophia. Like I think he plays a good drunk. He does a really good job. Like he does a good job. For
He overdid it a little bit tonight, but he does a good job.
He's overhanded. Like when we seen Sophia playing a drunk, that was perfect. Like it wasn't too much. You know what I mean? It wasn't too much when she did it. This is just way over the top now.
What Ian is saying in the live chat. It's George is getting frustrated. George is getting frustrated. But Victor is calm about all this, dude, and he's like, Victor, let's just get out of here. Fuck these people. And Victor's like, no, you and Henry bolt dicks out of there. And Victor says, I get this. I get all this. I get everything you're saying, Boyd. As Boyd tries to explain it to him a little bit more, he goes, I understand, but I don't want you to talk anymore. I love that. I love the way he says it, but I don't want you to talk anymore. And Boyd thinks he should fuck off and he goes to walk out, but Victor doesn't want him to walk out. He stops him. He goes, it's serious. We need to find more about the man in yellow. If he's back, it could all be happening again. And how
does he know that? That's what I don't understand. Like,
that's a good question.
Victor has said specifically from everything we've seen that when he seen the massacre after, it was the boy in white walking down. There was no mention of a man in yellow, no mention of anything like that. Just the boy in white walking down. So how would he know that it'd be happening all over again? And he said specifically it was Christopher that went crazy and killed everybody. So from all the recollections that Victor has said, it was Christopher that went crazy and killed everybody, and the aftermath, it was the boy in white. How does all of a sudden now he know, oh, if the man in yellow back, it's going to happen again? How does he know that? There was nothing there that made him say anything about the man in yellow to make you think that that's the case. I don't get it.
Yeah, no, I am absolutely with you. Next is our people in the live chat. I agree with Teflon TV. Henry's emotions are overly done. He told Tabitha in the real world that he expected they were all dead, and then he flips in the opposite direction. Way over the top, says Papa Socks about Tony's comment. Bill Chill says, blame it on the cop, blame it on Henry, blame it on the alcohol. Okay, so we go in the town meeting. Jade is telling everyone about the Tabitha and him thing. We don't have to go over this. Bacta ties it all together and goes, does this mean we've all been here before? No. Christy
that
is
was
like,
great that they did that because I'm sure that that's fan service, right? Because a lot of people think everybody has been resurrected in here. And I have said from season 1, no, that is not the case. So they said that to y'all who think that bullshit. That's why they had her ask that question. Just like they asked the question, are we dead here? Did we die? And then they had Father Khatri answer that question. That's not the case. This is the same exact thing going on with this situation.
I like how
answering that question.
I like how From does the meta thing. They've done it a few times this season where they make references to theories or comments or stuff like this. This was another one in this situation. Let's get the super chat in before we continue. Jet says, and thank you for the super chat, Henry had the funniest line of the episode though when they asked, what do you do before you got here? Pretty much this with the
drink. that was funny. That was good. That was well delivered. Yeah, that was good. This is
because it was understated. It wasn't as over the top of the other one.
That's why it worked, because it was very understated. And he's not doing that because he got like a 6-pack when he went home. He's drinking like vodka, potato vodka.
Oh, yeah.
Getting shit-faced. You know what I mean? He was just drinking beer at home. He wasn't getting drunk like this. This is way over the top. And because of what? Because he's seen a picture that his son drawn and said that his wife was eaten. Like you don't know that was the case, that really happened like that. And I don't think a little cartoon drawing, a bad drawing at that, it's not like it was very detailed. He wasn't eating her in the picture. He was just like standing over her and stuff.
Dude, again, a little bit of an overreaction. He's like I'm not gonna, no matter how horrifying the thing is, I'm not gonna lose my mind that much on a like a crayon drawing.
No, if you have a wife and your wife goes scuba diving and she gets eaten by a shark, right? She gets killed by a shark. You're not gonna see a little drawing and just go all crazy. If you just heard that was the case and you didn't know that was for sure, he just automatically believe in this, and someone showed you a picture or something like that. I don't think you're gonna go over the top with that.
Tony, I'm gonna be emotional here for a second. I really, I care about you. You're somebody that I consider a closest friend.
I
And if
appreciate
somebody like told me something bad happened to you, I'd be very upset and sad. But if someone handed me like a crayon drawing of something bad happening to you, I would have trouble being emotional about it. I'd be like, wait, what's this? What the fuck are you talking about? Wait.
Yeah, Tony's head's not that big. What do you want? I
Wait,
steer it like that.
what?
Right.
This is well, something bad happened to Tony. This is a weird cartoon.
When I was little, I drew a picture of my father. I drew a picture of my father and everything. I remember I brought it home and everything else. And my mom and dad were in the bedroom, and I give it to them, and they're like, and my dad's like, "What's this?" I'm like, "It's a picture of you." I think it was like Father's Day or something like that. I drew a picture of him with a heart or something. And then my mom looks and she goes, "What's that on his arms right here?" And I said, "Oh, those are the stretch marks." I put lines right there for stretch marks. And he got so, why are you throwing that about me with this paper?
That's awesome. Oh my goodness. I think because Victor wasn't a part of the original plan. He's like Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad. So they've always tried to sort of create him as much as they know where they were going to go. Wasn't Victor originally not a character that was supposed to be into the long-term plan?
He was not supposed to be for the long time. Plans with the die in season 1, but they kept him.
Yeah, just like Aaron Paul in Breaking Bad, by the way, if people don't know that. Okay, so Jade's telling all the kids, Bactus tries it all together. Doesn't mean we're all here. Christy's like, pause. I'm not buying your tripping ass. And Boyd says, well, I didn't think about the trip. I agreed with you, Christy, but there's a door in this dream and blah, blah, blah. Marielle says the smart thing. And this is what I mean. Like, everyone had a part here. Marielle's like, how do we know it's not a trap? This place puts a lot of weird shit. And Boyd doesn't have a really good answer to this. Boyd's like, yeah, I thought about that too, but what Jim died for, our knowledge comes at a cost. Maybe we're too close and they were on to something. And it's a supposition, but I get what he's thinking. Boyd says it means we're close. Does it? When your enemy is threatened, it means they're scared of you. And the music in the scene was really amazing. So Bacta's like, so digging up the bones or these kids' bones could get us out of here. And she kind of like tries to put it together. And then Henry comes in. Excuse me, what are you doing? This is bad. You're all fucked. And you see Sophia in this scene smile like she's trying to hold it together. Like, she's pretty much laughing her fucking sweet ass off right there. And he's like, he's just the perfect victim. He makes it easy. Jade comes in and talks to Henry, and Henry says, Miranda was right. We need to find the kids. And Henry's like, no. He almost sings the second no. He says, no. I think people might think I'm exaggerating, but no, he sings that second no.
Exactly. Let me address. Glenn Carter says Tony messed up. You probably made hot dogs on the neck. Listen, my dad ain't had no hot dogs in his neck. All right. My dad's a big dude. My dad was 6'7" and probably weighed 265 pounds. My dad was a big dude. Like, my dad showed up. Like, his name is Wayne. They called him Big Wayne. And he's from Marcy Project. So my dad was not playing around. Like, he was not about that life. Like, it wasn't my dad. There was no fatness on my pops like that. Never like that. You know what I mean? Never. No.
And Jake comes in and talks to Henry and says all that. No pain. And I personally think the person that I agree with you. You said this earlier, Tony, and I think you're on to something. I mean, I think you're onto a lot of things, but with the Victor having to kill Henry, and I think Henry is going to shoot or attack Jade. I think they were hinting at it in tonight's episode, the way he's kind of hovering around him and looking at him. Yeah. He's like 2 seconds away from hitting him with a fucking crowbar or something like that. Like, he's gonna attack Jade at some point in time, and then Victor's gonna have to protect Jade.
Yeah, I think Henry makes sense. You can't save stuff that's already dead. I understand what he's saying. That makes sense 100%. And I think that people should really consider that, because I think this is an errand mission that they're going on. So I think Henry has points, and I think that all those points should be realized. But I think when you come at it that way and you say it in the tone that you did, no one's taking you seriously because you're the drunk of the fucking town. You can't just say, you can't say we're big on the dial. Hey, no one's gonna listen to you, bro.
Tony, we should do the rest of the show in both of our Henry impressions. How you doing, motherfucker?
I mean, my dad's name is fucking Big Wayne, not Big Wing or
Big
whatever
else. Is that Paul McCartney's other band, Big Wings?
Bruce Wayne. People put that Big Wayne.
Bruce Wayne. Yeah, Tony's dad was Batman. So the boy tells Jade, fuck Henry. He'll sober up eventually. We got things to do. Famous last words. He may kill Jade. Okay, so we go to what my favorite moments, obviously. Julie smoking weed. Her mom comes out and it's like, what are you doing? Oh my God. And Tabitha says, I can smell it. Stop smoking weed. Let it go, Mom. You're not the mom of the year. She just lost her dad. She's story walking. She's in a hellscape town. Let the girl.
She could have went somewhere else. She didn't have to stand right by the window. She could have walked away. Fair. I mean, if you were with your mom and you would smoke, I ain't gonna stand right outside the door.
It's more Ethan. It's more Ethan. She's right about Ethan. I wouldn't want to smoke in front of a kid like that. You're right.
Yeah, I would just be walking down. She could just walk and smoke. Like usually that's what people do. Walk and smoke. You don't have to just be leaned up against the shit.
Yeah, like a shady little friggin' scumbag.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit there and who gave her that bong anyway? Did she get that from Elgin? Who gave her the bong? Who get that?
Probably for Fatima. Julie says, "I need my weed." She says, "You want to do Ethan around this? Seeing the weed." And Ethan comes out and says, "What are you doing? Me and Victor brothers now?" And Julie says, "Stop. This isn't real. Shut up. This place doesn't give real shit. This place gives fuck up twisted ideas and shit." Tabitha says, "If I had any doubts about all this, I wouldn't say anything." And Julie's like, it's all fucked up and I'm going to go off. I won't hurt myself.
Yeah, she's the new Jade. Like Jade messed up his brain by drinking all the time. And that's how he got all fucked up and got off course. And now we see her smoking the weed and getting all fucked up and everything and going off course. We make it lazy. Listen. It does. I smoked a lot of weed when I was young. I've been smoking many years of my life, right? But
me neither.
Anyone who says it never smoked it. Weed makes you fucking lazy. There's no doubt about it. That when you smoke weed, you don't want to do shit no more. You just cool, just chilling. And that's it. And that's what she's on right now. She just wants us to chill. She's done. It didn't go the way she wanted the last couple of times. So now she's just like, I'm going to smoke this shit and just fucking go to the motherfucking diner. And I'm going to chill in the diner. And I'm going to be over here with this weed. And I'm just going to go all crazy. And I'm just going to get myself a bagel or a waffle. And that's it. And I'm calling it a motherfucking day. And fuck this story walking shit. Fuck all the other bullshit. That's what it is. And that's the type of shit she's on. But she needs to get back on the game. It's end game now.
I agree. Weed makes you really, really lazy. Like you don't want to do anything in the situation. And they're definitely using it in that way with her in that moment to make her feel like, she just doesn't want to kind of get into the thing. Like they're hamstringing her. They're making her sort of extra negative in that moment too. They're
delaying it. They're just delaying it. It's the showrunners delaying the final story walk of the season that shows something that works.
Yep. Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, Julie is just lost and turned out in this moment. She is stoned.
Do you think that she does the gym scene this season when she finally finds him and then the man in yellow kill? Do you think that they show that this season, that they get to that point this season?
Could it be a double cliffhanger at the end of this season and the cliffhanger from last season? Like we get it right at the very end. Would that be would people be pissed about that if they do it in the last episode? I do think we're leading to that. That's why she got in the wig this season, right? Mm-hmm. If we weren't going to see that moment, there was no need to put her in the wig. And I have to say this, as I shared them on my channel, I'm usually not a fan of these meme war things, but the Julie hair meme thing that went around with all that was the most hilarious thing I've seen in a long time. It's ridiculous. There's so many more. Like I have so many on my phone. I almost need to show you guys right now. It's ridiculous.
Made one myself. I haven't put it out yet, but I made one.
You should. It's one of the funniest things to come out. This is a Mary Poppins one. This is a recent Mary Poppins one. Good. That is good. This is there's so many interesting ones. This is the Queen one, of course. The Queen one. We got this one right here. Of course, the fucking thing. We got we see that Julie is really the secret to the lighthouse here. We got Julie. You've seen this one, Tony, Under the Dome.
That's good.
There's a lot of good ones. I could spend all night doing this. They're cracking me up more than they should. But let's continue here with the recap a little bit. So Victor comes in and says hello. I need to find something out about the man in yellow. I need to go to a scary place. Mom, will you come with me? Kenny and Boyd and Jade go out there. They talk a plan, and we get one shot. Need to talk about everything. Victor talks. Or Victor Tabitha's been down there. They basically talk about who should go down there, and they get a head count. They got to learn all the patterns and everything. It's just a setup. I almost feel like everything that this whole intro, this whole section almost isn't worth talking about because it all ends up being bullshit anyway. Because it's just the plan that they make that doesn't work. So then we get to really an awesome scene. Every scene that we've gotten, and I'm not just saying this for your benefit, Tony, because I honestly did not like her character before this change. Acosta's been awesome in these last couple of episodes. Her with the viewfinder.
I love her so much. She is. I don't know if she is so great.
She was amazing in this scene.
She is just amazing. She's done everything that she's supposed to do in this season. Everything that she's had, and she's just perfect.
So, like, if Acosta had to create her perfect man, like an avatar, the Don Tony Teflon would be it.
And she's just got great taste, Acosta. And we're not talking about Samantha Brown, people. We're saying
Samantha Brown is married. This is the great and powerful
fictional world right now.
This is the great and powerful Julie, Tony. These are endless, and as much as people don't like, this is my favorite one in the entire one, the Spaceballs one.
I did a Spaceballs one too.
Oh, you're awesome, dude! I gotta see it.
I did Spaceball one. I did the one Spaceballs. It was her and marrying the big helmet dude.
Oh, dude, I love it.
That's what I did.
I love that you did this. I love these too much. I have to say these are a guilty pleasure of mine. So Boyd is like, dude, we need you back in the basement in the storeroom at Colony House and blah blah blah. We need to get a whole investigation team to learn about the man in yellow. We need to know exactly what's any information you can find. All we know is it's in the late 70s. Victor is a kid and yellow suit. As she tosses him the viewfinder, simpler times. You talked about this earlier. He looks in the viewfinder, he clicks through it, and finally sees a wedding picture of him. They get a picture of him on the Romeo and Juliet set, and they superimpose.
That's exactly what that picture's from, the Romeo and Juliet.
It kind of looks like it.
It is. That's where it's from. That's where that picture is that they put in there and stuff. AI is a motherfucker, right? And they put that picture in there with him and stuff. But they showed a couple of scenes. They show the Twin Towers in there. And I remember a man, Real, from Real's Theories and Limits, shout out to him. He said that Jack Bender and them said that this had something to do with 9/11. So I do believe that's why they put that in there. Shout out to him for saying that. And but yeah, that's why that picture was up in there. So.
Interesting. Okay, so he clocks through, he sees her, and that is an interesting point that you made earlier, Tony, about they're able to fuck with Boyd's world here without touching him, without any chance that we see. This is just somehow they tapped into his whatever he's viewing and gave him an audio and I was just gonna say an audio hallucination, but no, a visual hallucination of some kind. Like I don't think that's his sickness. And you hinted at this before. Maybe I'm suppositioning this. He might not even have the sickness that we think he has. Everything that might be going on might be the way that this place is affecting him and manifesting to seem
it's Parkinson's. Do you pass that on from generation to generation?
I honestly don't know.
Right? I don't know, but that's why he thinks he has it, because his father had it. So he thinks that he has Parkinson's because of that.
He might just be allergic to this place.
From what I've seen, Parkinson's disease that I've ever seen come on to people, obviously not Michael J. Fox, but mostly it's through boxing. And mostly it's from head trauma that people have suffered, and the boxers have suffered.
Is that what Muhammad Ali had?
Yes. And all the boxers. That's all. But Michael J. Fox has it. And obviously, he had no head trauma that we know of. Maybe he fell or something. But that's just what it is and stuff. And wait, one second. It's that. Let me address this real quick. I usually don't address other channels.
Jerry,
but I'll address it. A channel called Jerry's Take said there's two different picks in New York City, one before 9/11, one pick after. I will say this. I've heard of this guy, so he's lucky that I actually heard his name before. But he is a guy who has self-professed to come out and have watched every episode this season. So
already okay, he's one of those people.
Yeah, but he's come out and done videos saying that he's watched every episode this season, all the way up to season 10, episode 10. So I don't want to hear anything from him, in all honesty, because maybe he does his best not to say something, but it slips out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it subconsciously sleeps
out.
It
just so I just don't want to hear anything from him right now. You know what I mean? That's only no disrespect to him.
No,
the fact that he's seen it all, and I'm saying he's doing it intentionally, but shit happens like that. You know what I mean? It happens like that. You know what I mean? When you're sick sometimes, and you feel you gotta throw up, sometimes you shit at the same time.
Not everyone's a good actor, Tony. Right? Not everyone keep up.
Y'all act like that never happened to me. Yeah, it does happen to you, motherfucker.
You too.
Right? It's happened to everybody. I ain't the only one. Motherfucker.
Happens
and stuff. So that's all I'm saying. So I just can't really deal with it.
So we get another meta moment in this next scene, Tony, where Christy tells Boyd, Donna's fine, but I'm pissed at you motherfucker, for shutting me out of the plot. I've been out of the plot for like a season and a half here. You're not telling me anything. Christy's like, fuck this. Like, tell me about Jade and Tabitha. I'm supposed to be your inner circle since Kotri died. Why are you not telling me everything? Why am I on Marielle Island over here? Like bring me into the fucking story. And I appreciate that. And they even did it again with the Marielle scene. And I'll preempt it and talk about that for a second, where Marielle's like, whatever they're working on, we need to be a part of that. Just to bring Christy, they're almost forcing Christy back in the story because
they have nothing for them. It's like they really have nothing for them. You know, and they're just doing anything they can to get that done with her, to have her something. And that's why I think they can't be long for this place. They can't be long because they really have run their course. I mean, Christy's whole main storyline was she was a love interest of Kenny. And then someone brought in Marielle and disrupted that whole situation, right? To break Kenny a little bit. But besides that, what's her storyline been? That she's got a foot caught in a bad trap that's still not healed. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all she's done. I mean, the Fatima pregnancy that she didn't diagnose.
No, and that she's the one that should be able to be, her and Ellis are the ones that can be honest with Boyd, but they haven't really done that this season. She calls him out in this scene to say, why haven't you been sharing the information with me? And she also says, you're sick. I can tell it. He lies to her, but she says she needs to do an exam, which is kind of Chekhov's exam. We know that's going to happen at some point, and some bad shit's going to happen as he heads in to see Donna. Donna's like, I'm feeling better. I look better than you. You should be in this bed. Listen, dumbass, why'd you tell all these people this stuff? They were messing the head after I almost died, and you're telling them about kids' bones and reincarnations. First of all, we talked about this earlier. Do you think Donna is right in the scene, or do you think Boyd was right?
I think she's right. You keep your mouth shut, Boyd. You're chatty patty. You told too many people of this shit. And it's weird because they showed them have a little group together. Of a little tight-knit group, right? They showed them do that meeting, but why open this up to everybody's in there? And I have to blame Jade, because Jade didn't give Boyd all the information. If Jade would have told Boyd, listen, I'm reincarnated all the time, all these people, but every time the town winds up killing me, then Jade would have had the information, then Boyd would have had the information and say, maybe we shouldn't tell the town. Or if you're going to tell them the whole shit. Say, listen, I've been reincarnated, and every time I've been reincarnated, it's you guys who take me the fuck out. I don't get killed by the monsters. I get killed by y'all motherfuckers. All right? We need to put a stop to that shit right the fuck now. And that's what you have to say everything. These half answers. And I'm glad they're talking, because look at all they've accomplished in 3 days of talking.
And not even ever talking everything.
They've been good.
Yeah, like half-ass talking too, Tony. Like it's like they're not just like they're not talking about everything, and even talking a little bit. Look at how much they've accomplished.
Mm-hmm. Just like that. So what could you have really accomplished if you just kept fucking talking the whole motherfucking time? You know what I mean? If they would just kept doing their thing, and it would have been much better for them. So I just think that they could have did a better job with it. And Jade should have just opened up his mouth and told Boyd the whole thing, gave him all the information so that he had better information to go on before making that decision.
What's interesting is Jade usually doesn't shut the fuck up, but sometimes he's not talking in the wrong places. So listen, dumbass, did you tell all these people this stuff? Should I worry about the door? She asks about the door. And he also mentions Roger's still in the shed, which we know comes into play later. Because the cemetery is full. No mention, and Jim and the priest buried in there. But again, no mention of Tilly there. If people want to talk about the Tilly being buried, no mention of, we get the mention of Tilly earlier in the season, but not right there. Boyd says, we need more info about the totems because I'm going to see if it works in the nightmare creatures. And she says, that's a terrible idea. What if we do kill them? What if another one gets pregnant and we get it with the Fatima situation?
I think she's worried about herself. She's like, shit, I don't want to get pregnant with one of these motherfuckers.
Do you think she's right about this too? Like we shouldn't try to kill these things because they just recycle?
I just think that killing him, you tried to kill him, it didn't work. I could say you could go for it again, but if the job is to go down there with the bones, what do they think they're gonna go down there like it's like they're devils, like they're vampires? You're gonna go down there with a bunch of totems and to stab everyone that comes at you? They would overwhelm you anyway. It's too many of them. Because I've never seen this many monsters before that surrounded Kenny. Like I didn't know there was that many. Like there was like 75. It looked
they were like strategically placed in like the grassy knoll over there.
I would just say you would have to look at this like if this was like a Navy SEAL op or something. This is an in and out team of 5, SEAL team 6. You go down there with 5 people. You get in, you grab the bones, you get the fuck out. It's an in and out job. It's not a whole production of people. You're not going there to war with these motherfuckers. And it would just seem like if you were going to go down there with these totems, you're willing to go to war. It's not that type of job. This is an in and out job. You go down there, SEAL team 6 people. You get in, you grab the bones, you get the fuck out, and it's over. And that's it. Extraction. Get Chris Helmsworth in this motherfucker. And that's what type of job it should be.
Glenn Carter in my chat says, yes, Tony, I was screaming that in my head. Jade should have told him that the townspeople kill him each time to prevent it.
Yeah, you got to say it. Why not say it? Why give the half truth? If you're going to say it all. You know what I mean? You got to say everything. And that goes for all y'all motherfuckers in the chat. All right? If you're going to say it all. Don't just half-ass the shit. Say everything from the jump if you going to say it. And I don't like people who do bullshit like that. You know what I mean?
Let us know every word. Oh, and we're so close. If you haven't already, make sure you're sharing this out and getting this to as many people as possible.
Yeah, we are almost at 400 people right now. Make sure you hit that thumbs up because the show is going to be ending soon. And this is going to be in the important time that people are going to come to YouTube looking and stuff like that. And we want them to come here and join us. So hit them thumbs up because the more thumbs up you get, then what happens is when they go on YouTube, they share it on their home screen. And that's how they get.
And to those of you that are listening to the audiocast that feel left out and like we don't know hear the YouTube stuff, if you can help us out by leaving an iTunes or leaving a podcast review, because we know the podcasts are a risky business and we need as many reviews and thoughts as we can about that stuff.
Of the Nile 7.
I'm going to take the dog out, Tony. I'll be right back as you take.
I got you. Jewel of the Nile 7 said, and thank you for the super chat. Kenny stood there for 5 business days. Listen. Everybody know I got a problem with Kenny. All right, so I don't want to have this problem with Kenny. I'm gonna look at it without me having a problem with him. Was the scene? Did I think Kenny was gonna get got? I did. They fooled me, so I give him that. You know what I mean? They fooled me on that. But I will say that if we really want to nitpick it, there's no way he should have been able to get down again. There should have been a monster in the door. We already seen them do the monster in the door with Smile before he got down there. So it should have been no escape for him. I think what they should have had him do is leap off this motherfucking barrel roll. Because that's what I would have did. Like I would have dove off the top of that bus, barrel rolled over all their heads, rolled up, got up, and ran. And that would have been it. Like I wouldn't have been up just sitting up there. But I have exceptional skills when it comes to acrobatics. I don't know if y'all know that. You may not know that about the Don Tony Teflon, but I have acrobatic skills. All right. My skills of acrobatics are world class level. Like, like I'm very good, like Simone Biles type shit. Like I'm really good at it. You know what I mean? Like I'm able to do dives and I'm able to do barrel rolls. Like I've done this my whole life.
Not me. I'm like Goofy and Gilligan and
Very
Charlie
good
Brown had a love child.
You know what I mean? So maybe Kenny is not as athletic as the Don is, but I would have ran off the top and I would have dove over everyone, then barrel rolled and then got up and then roll. I would have got up and then went and then kept going. Like I would have had to give him a little something. Like I had to give him something. Like I wouldn't just get over. I would have went over all of them and shit like that. And that's it. Yes, sir. That's right. The Don parkour. You goddamn right about that.
Sorry, I was giving you some theme music on that one, Tony. Okay, so Boyd gets. He says one problem at a time. Acosta's getting her teams together as Sophia makes note of everyone making their plan. Marielle looks at Roger's face, and Christy comes in. And they attempt to make us care a little bit more about Roger here in his garden. I don't give a fuck about Roger in his garden. We didn't give a fuck about Roger. We don't need to care about Roger. That being said, again, I'm not criticizing this episode. This is one of the best episodes from ever put out. But I will say, if this character that did this Roger situation was somebody we cared about, like a main character, it would have hit even harder. As much as the Roger situation, like if somebody we cared about died, if Ellis or Donna died there, and this was Ellis or Donna coming back alive in the situation, it would have been even more emotional. Because I don't give a shit about Roger. If they took some time since the beginning of the season and had us get to know Roger throughout the season instead of just get to know him in the episode that he died. That's all. Like that's my one little gripe, that this all happened with Roger. It should have happened with the main character. We need to lose some main characters sometimes.
We really need to kill some of these motherfuckers off. I'm just saying it really has to come to this. It's come to this now.
Doesn't it? Like a little bit, just one, right?
You can't be afraid to do this. I mean, if you look at any show on television who does this type of show, whether it's The Walking Dead or anything, Breaking Bad, any one of these shows, you have to kill main people. And Roger is not a main person. I don't give a goddamn about Roger.
He had a garden though, Tony.
I don't give a goddamn about his garden. I mean, he can bury that motherfucker underneath it, all right? You grow radishes out of Roger's ass for all I care. So
you wouldn't watch it
about Roger. Like, someone needs to go. Look, and they're bullshit, and they're teasing you. Oh, Donna may die. No, she's not going to die. Donna may die. No, she's not going to die. Kenny may die. No, he's not going to die. Like, it's too much now.
Tony, read this comment. So you wouldn't watch a spin-off prequel based on Roger's life up into this?
No, I wouldn't, motherfucker. All right, shock. I want to shoot Roger. God damn it. Like, I need you to die. All right. You need to get rid of some of these motherfuckers. A lot of them is dead weight. And I'm afraid now. I'm really afraid that when this is all said and done, you know what I mean? That it's all gonna be like NPCs that die at the end of this.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, it almost feels like no other
some bullshit like that.
Dude, it almost feels like no other main characters might die at this point. And they almost have that much protection zone over them because we've had so many moments where we've had those dumpster moments with and again, I love the moment with Kenny tonight, but again, I think that worked thematically in the series. So I'm not going to discredit that one, but the Donna and Ellis, one of the two of them should have gone in that scene. Ellis should have gone in that scene.
Yeah. They should have took them out. You got to take these people out. And if you're saving it for the end, you don't have to. You don't have to. Understand, Game of Thrones, blah, blah. Save stuff for the end. If it's never the end, Ned Stark died, episode 9, then you had episode 10. Red Wedding happened, episode 9. It happened,
spoilers, Tony. No, I'm kidding.
Right. So, or episode 8 was usually the big episode in Game of Thrones. It doesn't have to be the last episode just to be successful with it. You don't have to do that. You can start picking away at people and getting these people out of here because these people got to go. We need the stakes to be raised, and they're not raised enough for me. It's just not. Roger's not good enough. All right. Not that I want to see the main cast go, but people got to go.
Do you know who's
going to go? You got to go.
Do you know who's going to end up going? It's going to be lesser ons like
Elgin
or Marielle.
Yeah, something like that. They'll kill Elgin, they'll kill Marielle, and say, "Look, we killed them." No, you didn't. I don't mean shit to me.
They might kill Sarah.
that wouldn't work for me either. Like, you need to kill someone in the main cast. And the main cast to me is Boyd,
Kenny,
Donna, Kenny,
Christy,
Jade, Tabitha, Ethan, Julie.
Julie.
Like, that's the main people to me. Like, those are the main. One of them gotta go.
Not Randall, not Bacta,
Nope.
not
Nope.
freaking
Fatima is in the main cast.
Victor. Victor's in the main cast.
Victor's in the main. You can kill Victor off.
Not Henry.
Fatima off.
Not Henry.
No, you can't kill Henry off and expect.
I mean, you're going
stab-
to. And Henry's not making it through the season, but he doesn't count.
Yeah, but that doesn't satisfy me. Right? It's not a Snickers bar.
We're freaking bloodthirsty, and if this series is ending next season, we need a big bloody death before the end of all this.
We need multiple deaths.
We should have already had. We should have already had a couple.
Be the Empire Strikes Back.
We've been talking about this since the preseason, and I agree with you. That being said, I don't want to get too far down that road. We'll have plenty of time to talk about that in the offseason because this was one of the best episodes. I'm just pointing out that if we maybe did the Roger thing with the character we cared about, it might have had even more of a hit. Then instead of 9.9,
imagine that was Ellis that was out there laid up like that. And Ellis came breaking through the door like that.
And comes up to Fatima, like runs up to her, and then Elgin stabs him in front of Fatima right in the back.
As I said, instead of doing a smiley birth, they should have had Fatima get turned to a creature. And then she's outside smiling at everybody walking around outside there and everything else like those creatures. And you have her doing that. That makes it much better.
That being said, again, I think both of us agree, and if Tony can correct me if I'm wrong, we both think this is a top 3 episode of the entire series.
I would say it's top 2. It's top 2 episodes.
I would say I have to think about the whole thing, but I'm with you on that.
I don't know any other episode that's better than this than the first episode that the show opened up with. But besides that,
episode 5 was pretty damn good too. I'm not gonna like episode 5 was pretty damn good too. But this was better, and this was not as good as episode 1. I would say this is one of the 2 best episodes of the series for sure. Okay, so Boyd and Ellis, he talks to Boyd about, or Boyd talks to him about grabbing one of the monsters. Boyd's like, they're not going to expect us. Again, this is just a yada, yada, yada foreplay as Ellis is just clocking him this whole scene like, Dad, I'm going to have to rat you out right now. So we go to Henry knocking on Tabitha's door, and I'm pretty sure you can see Sophia in the background of the shot, just walks in her house. Like, I guess drunk Henry just can enter anyone's house.
Knock, hello, and just, why are you saying hello?
Why just go in?
Go in, fucker. You're going in anyway.
Seriously, if you're not gonna wait for an answer, I mean, if you're not gonna get an answer and you're gonna enter, why are you not entering? I mean, then you're breaking and entering. You're making sure someone's not there.
You're going in anyway. You know what I mean? So just go to fuck in, man.
He's a creep. And I'm afraid that I didn't see him as a creep earlier. So he looks at the drawings of the table. We finally see an Eloise mention again because her name's written down. And then we see a quick flash of the hospital thing. We talked about that earlier, and we'll get more into it in the second hospital scene. So we're looking for the car as they find the yellow dude's car, as Tony pointed out earlier, maybe not brown. And and they're going to start with the trunk. Nothing's in the trunk. Ethan says nothing's scary there. Tabitha spots Miranda's car and just gets distracted like a kitty cat and walks in the other direction. Victor looks in the man in yellow's car and finds a bag in the glove compartment, which the glove compartment's wide open. And he left his bag of teeth, or there's a bag of teeth there. And
so 2 things on the bag of teeth. Number one,
what are your thoughts on teeth?
Number one, it was terrible that MGM fucking put the picture of the bag of teeth out before the episode dropped.
So much this season, Tony.
Like, what are you doing? Bro?
Tony, we get to do a whole podcast after the season's over about every single thing that they ruined in the trailers or the preview stuff this season, because they ruined a lot.
They ruined everything.
They ruined a lot.
They ruined the man in yellow transformation into Sophia. They ruined his fucking teeth. They ruined
the monster. They ruined the Cabbage Patch monsters.
The Cabbage Patch monsters. They ruined that. There's so much that they ruined, and they should never have put that out the day before. Like, who's doing your marketing and stuff? You want me and Phil to work for y'all? Just pay us.
Seriously,
we'll come out there, and I guarantee I'll still make a trailer as effective from everything I've seen than what y'all put out there, because it's spoiling shit. There's no need.
Tony, we'll take less than the normal rate too. We just want to work.
100%. You don't have to do anything like that. Like, it was just terrible. But as for the teeth itself, I mean, as much as I hate, and the Don,
I'm gonna go full screen for this.
The Don means I truly fucking hate this shit. You know what I mean? I hate it. But there's no denying that when you see that many fucking teeth in this whole situation, that the only thing we can think about is this fucking Faye shit. And we know that we have heard this fairy shit from Ethan when he first started, but it's impossible not to start to think about this whole Faye situation going on, and that somehow,
Why is he
some
just leaving him in
way,
the car though?
these things are some type of Faye. I'm not saying that's what it is, but I understand that if people think that, and that theory's been out since season 1, I understand why you think it. I think they have thrown hints towards it. I don't like it. I don't think it's good, but why would you throw all those teeth in there? Now, teeth are also bones, I do believe, right? So maybe that's the fucking bones of the kids that you, but, and also in dealing with the teeth and stuff, when you deal with them, it's not just him doing it, right? It's not him doing that. It's the monsters. Smiley had 2 teeth in his pocket when he did the autopsy. So it's not just him pulling teeth out. The monsters are also pulling teeth out also. So we also have to keep that in question too, and keep that going on. So
in this scene, we already talked a lot about this, so we don't have to go too far down this road. Tabitha gets a quick flash of herself arriving in town as Miranda. We're going to see more of that later, so we can wait to talk about that till next week or the week after when we see that full scene. As Tony pointed out, we'll 100% see that. Victor says, "We got to go." Ethan says, let me look at the teeth. And then he goes, "Are you my real mother?" Yes. Yeah. And if it is, it's going to happen again. Ethan needs to be prepared. This is happening again. The man in yellow came. My mother came with a boy and a girl. Only the boy survived. Ethan is like, "What does that mean?" He walks off, and Tabitha turns to and yells at Victor and says, "What's wrong with you?" So who's right in this situation? Is Victor right to prepare Ethan, or is Tabitha right to say, "Shut up, Victor"?
He's right to prepare him, but not at that time. Like, it's all about timing. That's what life's about. Life's about timing. And that's what everything comes down to in life. It's all about timing. You can be a great rapper, but if you're ahead of your time, it's not going to work. If you're behind your time, it's not going to. It's perfect time. Everything's got to line up.
I'm with you.
He should have not confronted her at that time. She's too overly emotional. She already seen the shit in the car and all that stuff and everything else. Should not be a situation like that. He should have came to Ethan on the low, like a big brother. Like he feeling like his brother, act like one. And say, "Listen, son, this is what I got to do. You're going to have to get prepared for this, because if things go wrong, I want you to understand that this is what it's going to be," and everything else.
Ooh, like Tony, Susie C says, "Oh my God."
No, I didn't say the Faye is legit.
Did I hear it?
I didn't say that, Susie. You didn't hear me say it. I said I understand why you think it. I understand that that's what it's looking like, but I don't like it. And I hope it's not that, but it's undeniable that what else could that be? And why would they put that there if it's not? Why would they pick teeth out of everything else that they could have picked? I understand that teeth, they don't rot and everything else, and it's a good souvenir, unlike Dexter's blood slides. You know what I mean? But I just I would not. If it does, I accept it, and that's just what it is. But I don't like it.
I love the Dexter shade, by the way, Tony. Okay, so Sophia Yellow comes in and something I never thought I'd see in my life. Someone manipulates the living fuck out of Boyd here. So Sophia comes out and sticks her hand up Boyd's asshole, and he gives her the whole plan. She plays him easy. She keeps asking how, why. Oh my goodness. Gives it almost threatens him a couple times straight up. Like, "Oh, if you go down there, you don't think the monsters are gonna fight back and kill you?" She thinks it's all funny. You can see her thinking it's all funny. He tells her the plan to stab one, and Sophia's like, "That's nice. Thank you." And I don't know what else to say about that scene, Tony. Like, she basically...
I mean, that's what happens. We see it in this scene. We see it when she goes in the other scene. When you're a beautiful woman like she is, people run their mouth to you. That's what it is. But you're a beautiful woman, and you go up to a man will say anything. He'll give up the goods. To all you beautiful women out there, you already know that all you got to do is just go up to a man and say hi to him, and that man will spill his fucking guts.
He'll tell your life story. He'll tell you his bank password.
He will spill everything, and that's exactly what happened here.
Dude, he'll give the PIN number if you play it right. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Jade is doing Jade things. talks about his company and his maps. You get into this in your video, applying his principles, visualizing things the way he kind of sets everything up. And I don't know how far I want to get this because I'm sure you're going to do a theory video. Look out coming up for a theory video from Tony about Jade and how maybe his company has some sort of effect on what's going on.
They 100% do. It's no doubt about it. I guarantee.
I'll do a little spoil. I don't want to get too far down that road, but Tony's been saying that for years, that somehow this all ties in. And this was a big scene about that, where we get into the situation. People think that I'm blowing smoke up your ass sometimes. I'm not. I disagree with Tony, but in this one, it's definitely cycling in and kind of combining in the situation. And hello, Miss Z Media, welcome, and welcome to everyone watching this live or listening to this after.
We're over 430 people strong up in here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Number one show for the fans, by the fans. This is Escaping From Podcast. We are here, call-in live stream where you can call us up. We want to hear from you, your theories, and we will be on here for at least another hour. So make sure we get those calls coming up. We'll finish this recap. And
we're doing really well on time here, actually. So Kenny, okay. So Kenny asks, whatever. I mean, like, Jade also mentions again, did I mention what I do for a living? Kenny's like, fuck you. You always mention what you do for a living. He asked Kenny what he did before. Jade guesses a firefighter or a manager of a store. And this is comedy gold. Continues with the funny stuff this season. As you can, it's the chemistry the cast has. You can see radiating in the comedy. Kenny's like, why would you say that? It's little things like Kenny's playing into it. The actor that plays Kenny, I give him a lot of credit. He put out a video recently that's him playing Minecraft in From World, and he's like, he kills himself and he just goes, isn't that typical, or something like that. He's leaning into the meme that Kenny's a joke, and I like it. I like the way they all sort of handle their interaction with the fans and everything that goes on, and Kenny's in on the joke, and I kind of like that. And Jade guesses he's a manager, but he worked as a youth sports administrator, but Jade calls him Coach Kenny. Yeah. Henry shows up to drink more, and he says lots of wires, and I just like this conversation. And then Ellis comes in and takes Kenny away to go talk about Boyd's situation. Jade asks Henry what he did in his past life too, and Henry says, drink.
That's it. This is it. This is as good as it gets for me.
So then Sophia, no one's watching this girl, dude. Like, she's in the same outfit. She hasn't changed. Everyone called your girl Acosta out on it after day one. Like, change out your outfit. Sophia's in the same outfit for fucking like 3-4 days now. Like, and no one says shit.
No one says anything about it at all.
And she just wanders into the animal pen. And I didn't know what was happening, but you clarified this for me. I was like, why'd she smell one egg, put it down, and pick up another egg and smell? Why did that happen, Tony?
Yeah, because she was looking for the egg that had been fertilized by the rooster that had embryo in it, so it could actually be developed when it's all said and done.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. And at the time, I'm like, why the fuck did she why is she an educated educator or something like that, like the fucking Willy Wonka thing? Okay, so we get Julie in the diner with the munchies. Elgin comes in and talks to her. He's sorry about Jim. She asks about his eye. He's not going to tell her about the eye. They debate if Jade and Tabitha suffer's true. Julie says, everything sucks. The world's negative. She believes that everything here is bullshit. And fear projects. And Elgin says, there is truth here. And she says, oh, there's truth here, like there's God here, like you lost your fucking eye and got mutilated. And she's like, I'm an asshole, dude, I'm a fucking asshole. And then Elgin's like, no. And Elgin makes a really good point here, Tony. When and you said this about, it's like being on YouTube with theories, everyone, there's so much bullshit there, but someone's right. There is a right answer. There is one in here, but there's just so much noise of bullshit going on that's hard to see it sometimes.
That's what it is, and that's how they're using it to confuse everybody in here with the whole situation. If you got to peel back the stuff that's bullshit in front of it and look at the stuff that's actually right, but it's hard for them to do that, and they try to confuse you in this whole thing and let the people who actually have some stuff to say make you feel like that person is wrong. That's the game the man in yellow is playing. That's what he's been playing from the beginning. It's just all about doubt and who do you believe and who do you trust.
So next we get back to Jade and Henry. He's like, it's not right. It's wrong. You need to stop. And Jade asks him if he's talked to Tabitha yet. Have I talked to that woman? No, I'm sorry. Cut to in Jade. Okay. When Jade tells you to cut down on your booze, you know you got a problem.
Yeah.
You know, like when Jade preaches moderation, Tony, you know you're crossed into like difficult territory.
Yeah, once Jade is the one giving you advice not to do drugs, then there's a problem with it. All right. This is the guy who came in there high on ecstasy, took mushrooms that he found on the floor, and now he's telling you need to slow down.
So this scene's really about the end. We didn't talk about it before, so we'll get into it here a little bit. He gets a flash like he's in a hospital bed. I mean, we did talk about it earlier. He's not Victor, he's Vic. Vic is in a suit.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, he's definitely not Victor in this moment. He's
Vic. No, that's Vic. That's Vic. That's like Stefan and fucking and Family Matters.
Yeah, Urkel instead. Hi, I'm Stefan.
That's who he is, right there.
Totally, dude. Totally.
Hey, Vic is Stefan.
Fucking Buddy Love. Yeah, Buddy Love. Okay, to make believe it's a dream. And or is he, as I put in my notes, or is it like what Tony said, is like a parallel universe, and it's, or is it a vision or whatever? They pan to, we see the nurse in the scene too, and Henry he snaps out of it and he's got to go. So you talked about this earlier, so we'll touch on it again here for a second. You think he got a glimpse of a parallel universe? Or
I do. I think he got a glimpse of a parallel universe where he never went into Fromville. And that's what's going on in that parallel universe at that time. And I think that's what it was showing to him.
And we're almost to the end here of the episode. Sarah and Boyd are talking. We already talked about this. Sarah isn't coming for this mission, but she'll be going in the tunnel. This is what I meant before. Sarah's definitely going in the tunnels because Boyd says, I'm not going to need you, Harry, but I'm going to need you for the tunnels. So Sarah will be in that group. So we go to Sophia. She goes to the red shirt dude, or what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name?
Inside the house?
No, when she cracks the egg on him. What's that?
Oh, Roger.
Roger, yeah. She goes
fucking Roger.
She breaks an egg on fucking Roger's chest, and she can break an egg on my chest anytime she wants. No, she breaks an egg on Roger's chest, and she says, it's time to play. Oh, you lucky guy, Roger. Boyd's ringing the bell, and this is the point. At some point in this episode, Tony, I feared that we weren't going to get the nighttime till the next episode. And at this point, I'm like, oh my God, we're going to get the nighttime now. They should do this more. Episodes that we get daytime and nighttime on a episode feels bigger. The sound, the film, the cinematography of this episode were all top notch. And I think part of that is showing the progression of the day. I like episodes of From when they have day and night in the same episode.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's a great situation when they do that. It raises the stakes.
Yeah, and let's pause. We're almost at the end of our recap, but we'll pause for this phone call. This is area code 737. Area code 737. What's your question? What's your comment? And what's your name? And where are you from? I said that out of order, but forgive me. I'm like Henry right now. No. Sorry. What's going on, caller?
Oh, yeah, I just said I was leaving a voicemail. This is Pixie.
Hey,
I was just trying to find out your take, you and Tony's take on, Kenny kicking Smiley off of the bus like he's Jackie Chan. What did you think of that scene?
Awesome. We're going to actually get to that scene in a moment here, so we definitely will talk about it. Thank you so much for calling in. We hope you call in again in the future.
You got Pixie Vine TV. And then, yeah, you got to speak up, girl. I can't hear you. I barely heard anything you said.
Yeah, there was a little audio issue. I think she meant, as she said, she meant to leave a voicemail. I'm sorry. Next person that calls during the recap, I will send you to a voicemail. She was like, "Oh my God, I didn't expect to be live on the air." There was a fearful moment, but we're going to talk about that scene in a moment here. So Fatima gets Donna back in bed, who's not wanting to rest. They talk some shit. She's been driving insane. Fatima's sassy now. Blah 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 blah. I don't know. Talk about that scene. Like, okay, Fatima's sassy. Donna's going back to bed. You have anything to add? Pixie Vine TV, don't be shy. Pixie, you sang karaoke on the air during the Pluribus series finale with my drunk friend Nick.
Wait a second here. See, this is the half truths I'm talking about. Sam's shy, but she's over here singing Pluribus Finale over
Yeah.
here on your podcast.
Yeah,
She
she started singing in the after show, in the 4-hour drunk after show. She was doing
right.
on-air karaoke, and I might do karaoke after the show. We'll see. Okay, so Sophia shows up and spends the night at Colony. You talked about this too. This dude is just like, there's no checks and balance system at Colony House anymore. They just let like townspeople
Hot
just show up
chicks
at the
come
door.
in. That's the way Colony House runs. Hot chicks are allowed anytime, all night long.
I guess, Tony.
I've seen the chicks in there. Of course, they're letting them chicks.
Yes.
Up in there.
Oh my God.
I've seen them chicks in there. You're letting her. She's no way she's getting shut out at that door. Are you crazy?
And I said in my notes, dude at the door is worse than porn stash. Like
He is.
He's
He's
just
a
like
straight
villain.
porn stash dude. He's a. I'm scared to be down there. Yeah, I understand why you're scared, girl.
Yeah, it's okay, girl.
Come
Be
here.
scared all you want.
You ain't got to be scared no more. Come here. We got you. I got you. What's your name? You know who I am, right? You heard about me. Big doorman Bob. Yeah, that's me. Don't worry about it. Come here.
Doorman Bob. Is that what we're gonna call him?
It's his name, Doorman Bob.
I don't give a shit what his name is. Forever, he will be known as Doorman Bob, as my dog is freaking photobombing me right now. Okay, so Sophia shows up, spends the night. Kenny and Ellis confront Boyd. This was a great scene, and this was Harold's Oscar scene here. Kenny is like, I'm going. Boyd's like, I'm not having this conversation. I'm going. And Ellis is like, listen, dude, save yourself. You don't have it. You don't have the special sauce anymore, dude. You can't be the guy that does it, dude. I got out.
That's it. He's got to sing that Toby Keith song. What's that Toby Keith song? How that should go? That Toby Keith song. I'm not as good as I once was.
Yep.
That's it. That's where he's got to go. Good. Listen, it happens. It happens, man. It happens. But once I'm as good as I ever was. This wasn't the time. You know what I mean? But sometimes you ain't got it like you used to.
Sometimes you don't got it anymore, Tony. I'm not gonna have. I used to be a good sprinter. I'm not gonna not have a 21-year-old dude sprint. I'm fucking 50 years old. I'm a 21-year-old sprint that shit.
Yeah, no, I got. You got to know your limitations. You got to know how to work around them shits.
Yeah,
and everything. You got to develop different skills.
I'm slow. Yeah, I got to use my guile. I can use my
that's
position,
right. You got to develop
in the court, dude.
And shit like
Smart.
that. That's how you get around certain things.
You got to play smarter, Tony, as you get older.
That's right.
Okay, so that's why even though the longer we go with these shows, the closer we get to our 3 hour. I like that we stretch this season to 3 hours instead of 2 hours. It's more fun this way. So Boyd tells Kenny the plan. And they go over and over and over again. He says, Godfather, Michael, you need to complete this mission for me. You got to kill Bazzini. They get out the locations again. I feel yada yada this a little bit because it all ends up being bullshit. As we flash over to Sophia, who has a perfect opportunity in Colony House to just be alone, and she starts chanting. Roger wakes up, rips his own face open, because that's what I would do too. It's very Frankenstein monster. People haven't said that yet, but it reminds me of like the whole thing, like he's coming alive and sort of having sentience here. Frankenstein monster comes alive here, and he's trying to talk. And the thing that's the smoking gun for what Tony was saying about Roger being human in there was the breathing sound when he came to. He started to breathe like a human. Like it wasn't zombie like controlled breathe. It was, oh, what the fuck? It was like it was an actual human sound, like he was breathing and feeling and stuff.
Yeah, and Elgin just goes and stabs him up and acts like the hero, but in the end, I do believe Roger was there for help, and they just killed someone that could have helped him. But another thing about Donna too, they need to get into is what happened when Donna died. We need to know that. Like these are things that need to be said. She could have spilled those beans to Fatima at that time. We need to know what's going on.
She's holding in some sort of information. So that's basically what happens with that. And the other thing that happens at the end of this episode is Kenny. Kenny is going to run out there and he's like me. He's fast and dirty, Boyd says. Get out there and be fast and dirty.
That's it, fast and dirty.
Fast and dirty. Kenny heads out there and he stabs the milkman fast and dirty.
He loved it when he said it too. He like be fast and dirty.
Boy. Fast and dirty.
Be fast and dirty, boy.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, Boyd, I'll be fast and dirty. Okay.
Kenny. Fast and dirty. Boy.
Okay, Boyd, that's what I'll do. I'm fast and dirty.
That's it. You better act like those old school 42nd Street prostitutes. You be fast and you be dirty. All right, this is a business. You're trying to get out.
Get your job done.
We got more customers coming.
Time is money.
That was the pit boy talking to his hoe, right? That's how you tell them hoes and shit. You tell them hoes like that. You gotta be fast and dirty. We got customers coming up the block, and this motherfucker. Don't be over there. Just get it and get out.
Smack Kenny up.
That's the way he showed up there. That's the pit master boy right there.
So he hands on, he stabs the milk.
Who wrote that shit? Fast and dirty.
Kenny, make sure you go out fast and dirty.
Fast and dirty boy.
No, After Dark has a. We're just reiterating the script, man. Man, that's probably you're giving it nonfiction. It's the script that was actually in the script. Kenny, be fast and dirty.
What did that guy say that with the sand snakes in Game of Thrones about? You like a bad thing, but you want a bad pussy.
You want a bad. You think you want a good girl, but you want a bad pussy.
Yeah, that's on that level.
You think you don't want a good girl, but you want a bad
pussy. Yeah, that's on that level. That's that level.
It was bad pussy-ish. It was bad pussy.
Yeah, that was definitely a
fast and dirty.
Fast and dirty.
Trying to catch me fast and dirty. Trying to catch me fast and dirty. See me, bro. Yeah, Glenn Carter. I'm with it, Glenn Carter. You guys are fucking amazing in the live chat. You guys make this so much fun. Okay, so Sophia is chanting alone. The monster, Frankenstein monster, comes alive. Kenny's being fast and dirty. Kenny heads out, stabs the milkman with his dirty fast strike, and right away he notices he's surrounded. Milkman's like, just kidding, and pulls it out. Kenny, fooled you. It was almost like the scene in Spaceballs where they're like, fooled you, the Lone Star. We thought we got you. Kenny's blocked, but they talk some shit about his plan falling apart. They say it's not going well. Kenny makes a run for the bus, and Smiley blocks the door before he has a chance to shut it. Very, very scary moment here.
That's when you should have kicked Smile and the monster in the face and backed them up. If you can knock him off the top, you can kick him in the face and back him up, and then shut the door.
I love the way the sound shifted here as they sort of went into a weird scene with Fatima. Noticed the whole situation, was watching it through Smiley's eyes. She has control.
Real quick, because when it all ends, he comes from the top into the bottom. Yes. He doesn't shut the top door.
No, he doesn't, unless he shut it as he was falling.
No, he didn't shut the top door. So the top door is allowed to be open in the talisman in your safe. Why couldn't the door in the bus be open?
That's a fair question, Tony.
I don't understand it.
That's a fair question. Might be a plot hole there, but Fatima can feel it. Kenny gets on the roof of the bus, and Smiley says, I think you got a problem, Kenny. Yeah, Kenny's fucked. And that's why I said in my notes right here at this point, Kenny is fucked. Fatima sees it all. No, I killed your dad, Kenny. And when your dad died, he made funny noises. Do you make funny noises?
Yeah, I thought he was going to say squeal like a pig boy. I thought he was coming with that next line.
You sure do have a pretty mouth, Kenny.
That's what it's going to be. Like you could see someone else on but a monster's with the banjo.
You got a pretty mouth, Kenny.
Yeah, I bet you Kenny would have dove his ass off that motherfucking bed. He wouldn't have waited after that shit. That cowboy must have come with the fucking banjo.
Fucking man. I'd be jumping to that shit. No deliverance up in this piece. No, I ain't going down that road. Okay, I killed your dad. Made funny. Fatima screams stop, and as the caller mentioned before, kind of knocks him off and does like a little push. So would you think of Kenny's move here, knocking Smiley off?
Listen, these monsters can be effective. We've seen it took like 3 of them to hold Boyd down. So it's very inconsistent with the monsters level.
It's like invincible.
Yeah, like the first season we see the guy in the box and they're ripping right through the walls to get to him at the box. And then we see Boyd, it takes 3 of them to hold him down. Now Kenny can knock one off. So what is it? You got to be a little bit more consistent of the power levels of these monsters.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say like Invincible. The most recent, the only criticism I have of the series is the power scaling stuff sucks sometimes. So Fatima falls down, and here comes Roger. He busts into Colony House. And I mean, we already talked about this, but Burn Lady tries talking to him. And I want to mention, we talked about this a lot. He does not attack anybody. He busts through the door. It looks like he's trying to look for someone to talk to. And Elgin sneaks up behind him, stabs him. And the woman from last time screams, "What the hell just happened?" As Sophia smiles. And that's the end of our episode, Tony.
Yeah, that big mouth woman has got a part to play to fuck everything up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it seems
too
like
much. She's gotten too much airtime. Too much.
Absolutely. Like, what, I don't know her name, but she's gotten too much airtime. And by the way, everyone, the phone lines are back open, 781-990-8509.
We want to hear from you. I'll be right back, Phil. We want to hear from you. Make sure you call in. All right, let's get it popping.
Calling in, and if you haven't already and you're listening to the audio cast, you can also call in after the fact. So here we go. Okay, here we go. Let's get into our the recap is over. I guess I did a drum solo at the beginning of the recap, so we'll go to a drum solo at the end of the recap as well. But yes, the phone lines are open if you want to call in and have any questions or comments or anything to talk about. If you are listening to the audio cast, you can leave a voicemail and we will play it on the air, or you can call in at a later date. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone, tonight. You're amazing. Sorry if that was loud. I'm sorry, or obnoxiously bad. It's hard for me to hear it, everybody. I'll stop now. But let's get in the live chat and see what some of you guys have to say. We trying to get some fast and dirty. The collecting of teeth in popular folklore involved controlling living peoples and trapping the souls of the dead. Holding on to the teeth of the dead was to possess their life and their memory. That could definitely be a huge part of the situation. Golem equals shadow projection and shadow swap. Smiley, like, damn, Mom, I was having fun. I wonder if Smiley was aware of this connection. You know, is it a one-way street? Fatima talks about that, but can he feel and control or influence her on any level? Or is it just one direction? And I'm not talking about one direction. I'm talking about, like one direction that it goes. Hello, Incognito. Thank you so much to anyone checking this out. And as I mentioned, the phone lines are open. Anyone wants to call Tony and I right now, 781-990-8509. Or if you're listening to the audio cast or the replay, you can leave us a voicemail and we will play it on the next show. But the first season, he left his family alone and unprotected to get slaughtered. That was the crime. Oh, the dude that ended up in the box, the drunk dude. I don't think anyone else ends up in the box, but Henry's definitely not long for this world. He is causing his drunk silliness will do the situation, will mess with the whole situation. What will Victor do with the teeth? I mean, maybe put it into a little like container and create a maraca and go. No, I mean, what can the teeth actually do at this point? Like, what can it prove? What can it I mean,
unless you're saying them bones, but besides that, it's
just a keepsake. What are they? I mean, what can that really connect anyone to other than say someone's collecting trophies? We do have a phone call here. This is from area code 516. Welcome to the show, 516. What's your name, where you're calling from, and what's your question or comment?
Yeah, this is Wolf Spear.
Hey,
I'm in LA, but I'm from Oceanside, New York. What's up, Tony? What's up, Phil?
What's going on?
Amelia.
Hey, buddy. What's going on? Wolf Spear. Great to hear from you. And thank you for the donation for the 10 memberships earlier.
Yeah, welcome to everybody who got it. I can't pick who gets it, though.
Would that be fair, though, if you could pick? Yeah.
No, that's true. No, it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair. So, yeah, I got a little something I want to cover. It's
please.
Hopefully, Boyd and the crew noticed that they were ratted out because the monsters broke their pattern and blocked all the doors of Kenny's escape. They were set up for him. So, I mean, I hope Boyd notices that. The only thing that wasn't covered was the bus.
Yeah.
But the whole street was covered.
Yeah, I have a question to ask that to Tony, and just to embellish on your question or to add on to your question. Do you think Boyd will realize that there was a rat, that somebody would have had a rat on their plan?
If he doesn't, then Boyd's not as smart as I thought he was. So I would think it's obvious that they would know that the monsters are. They have many times, and I've talked about this in other videos I've done, have told you about how they have patterns and how their patterns are done. And that's why I said that it was a setup for Miranda to get killed, because it wasn't part of the pattern. The smile monster was waiting there on Miranda. So when you look at it, it was the boy in white who told her to go there. That's why I thought it was a setup to get Christopher killed and wound up getting Miranda killed. And it's the same thing right here, same situation. They had the plan. These things are all just going to stand by the doors. There was no doubt about it. That's what was going on here.
Now, do you think that, Boyd and crew will notice that, or is it going to be another plot hole?
I think if he doesn't, it's just terrible writing. I think they set Boyd up to be very aware of things, so I think he would have to figure that.
He has to notice something, because he literally, only one person came to him after the meeting and sort of asked for more information, and it was Sophia. She just arrived. Remember, you said this earlier, Tony. Remember when they used to tie up new people for the first day? They let this girl run rampant. She's handling it. I don't know. She's definitely playing all these people like fiddles, and someone has to catch on, right? Someone eventually has to catch on.
I would think so. If they don't, then they deserve to die.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the thing that kind of bothers me is that she walks into town, and they literally just giving her the farm of information.
Yeah,
and,
dude. Yeah,
totally. They know nothing about her. It's like that kind of bothers me that they're like that. It's just away from what the
she's
show
cozy
did
enough to
earlier.
Kenny every time. She's always right next to Kenny when all these meetings happen. She stands right next to him every time
with a suspicious smile on her face. I know we know more than the people in the room, but she's still sitting there hey, with the crazy eyes going on all over the place.
Yeah, and then especially when she told the people at Colony House, she's like, "Oh, I don't feel safe in town."
Yeah, and Tony was talking about that in his video and mentioned it again tonight. The dude at the front desk at Colony House was just like, "Oh, come on in, whatever, come on in, it doesn't matter." She's like, "Yeah, I'm scared of Boyd."
Yeah, these are the same people that didn't want to let Ellis in.
Yeah, they were gonna shoot him, dude. They were gonna fucking
and they knew him. Now all of a sudden, bring yourself up in here, girl.
Oh, come on in, it's fine. You want to smoke some weed? Some weed. Here we go. It's Colony House. You want to party?
Yeah, and another thing, you think Fatima is going to tell what happened with her and the Smiley connection to everybody?
Fucking better, dude. I don't know what Tony's gonna say about this, but she fucking better. If she keeps this to herself, I'm gonna be so goddamn pissed. She needs to share this information immediately.
There's 100%. She best open her fucking mouth.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter who she does it to, Donna or, but she better open her fucking mouth. But she's been pretty open about the things that's happened to her recently. So I think
and everything, even the pregnancy, the way she's verbalized to Christy, dude, you fucking didn't see the fucking giant smiley monster in my vagina. Fuck you. She's being very verbal about it. So I don't see her not immediately going to Kenny and being like, I saved your ass, or not essentially say that essentially. No.
Well, she definitely, she controlled Smiley's reaction. So you think it can go deeper than that?
I don't know. I was asking Tony about that earlier. How much influence does she actually have on Smiley? Is it more of a horrible movies, but Kylo Ray thing? Can they just talk and she can kind of see what he's doing? But does she actually have any active control over taking over?
What she said no, and then he transformed back.
Was he just distracted? Was he oh, what the fuck's that? Or did it actually control him for a moment and stop him?
I mean, I don't think he wanted to transform back. So the no had to have some effect on it. But what type of effect did it have on it? Obviously, it made him transform back. That's
some sort of paralyzing effect.
Why it did it is the reason why. Why was she able to do that?
The golem?
And she was able to see through his eyes. So how is she going to be able to control when that happens?
Yeah. And can he see through her eyes?
That was actually going to be my next question, Phil.
Yeah, and I asked that question too. It completes to my question from last week too. If nightmares can come alive, can dreams come alive? if he can see, if she can see through Smiley's eyes, can Smiley see through her eyes?
I'm gonna say that he could. I mean, I can't see why it wouldn't be a two-way street.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one too, my friend. Okay, Wolf, thank you so much as always.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Yeah. Can't
appreciate
wait
you,
for the
man.
next episode.
No, we hope you call in next time, my friend, too. Thank you.
All right, you guys be good. All righty, be safe. Go Knicks.
That's right. Go Knicks. Let's go Knicks.
Oh, he ended that call perfect for you, Tony. That was like the call of the night. Oh, perfect timing. We have another call right now. Area code 931. Please turn your radio down in the background. Welcome to the show. What is your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question or comment?
Hey, it's Chucker Pooh. I'm calling from Michigan.
Welcome.
Who is it? Who is your name?
Hey. I got a question.
One second, caller.
Huh?
What was your name?
Oh, Chucker Pooh.
Chickapoo. Welcome.
All right, check the pool. Let's go.
You said it so quick. It was hard to get it.
Oh, okay. I'm a little country and northern at the same time.
Oh no, you're fine. We just wanted to make sure we knew it.
My question is Tony, was that the same picture in the hospital bedroom that was on the wall when you said that you seen them?
It's a very similar picture. I have to look to see if it was the same, but it's very similar. And I think again,
it looked older in that picture in the hospital bedroom. I mean, hospital room.
100%. I think that they've done it twice, and I think they're trying to show you that this is not the same dimension of Victor; it's a different dimension.
And then two, do y'all think that Boyd cursed his grandbaby when he said, "My blood is your blood"? Because she had already been pregnant with Ella's baby, but somehow when he said that, and killed Smiley, it became him.
It's hard to say because I think the showrunners said, and I don't take everything they say for granted, but they said that they always wanted to show that the monsters were immortal, and this gave them the opportunity to show it. So I think they came up with this idea after the fact. And that's why we have the error in it and everything else.
Okay. Do y'all think Tilly could have been a man in yellow? And that's the reason why it really ain't been no burial?
And we just start going through everybody in the man in yellow. I hope not. I just don't see where she stirred enough chaos. The man in yellow is here because he wants to stir enough chaos to get the town to turn on itself. I didn't see Tilly do anything like that, so it just wouldn't work for me for it to be Tilly.
All right. Well, I enjoy watching y'all. Y'all keep up the great work.
No, you're amazing. We enjoyed your call, and we hope you call back in the future.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. We get a $20 super chat here. I used to really like Henry, but now I think they should leave his drunk ass outside to be monster chow. Maybe a monster would get out.
Henry should go in the box. Henry needs to go to the box. You know what I mean? Without a doubt. There's no doubt that Henry would, because I couldn't sleep around him in the house because he'd make it drunk and wander outside and fuck everybody up. It's just like I wouldn't have him in there.
He's crossed over from like fun drunk to that like uncomfortable fuck you up. Your buddy's gonna get you guys arrested drunk. You gotta
control him now. Like
that dude's getting you kicked out of the casino drunk. You know what I'm talking about.
You gotta, and then you're embarrassed to be with him.
Yep.
Like I said, he's the type of drunk who pisses his pants or pulls his dick out and pisses in the corner and thinks it's the bathroom. Like he's that drunk. You know what I mean? He's one of those motherfuckers, and I think he's got to go.
We got our texter and one of our podcast listeners, Crazy Mads.
Crazy Mads, what's going on, Crazy Mads? What's good with you? We read your thing earlier. If you did not have a chance to listen, we did.
We do appreciate it. If you want to call in, 781-990-8509. If you are international and you want to get your voice in the show and you don't want to pay those rates, you can email me a voice message at theissuesguy@gmail.com. You can see it on the theissuesguy@gmail.com. That's talking to you, Carla, of course. I also theoretically could get on Discord and take calls, but it's probably just easier to have you email me a voice message. I'm not saying, Carla, you want to call or anyone that's outside the country, but if you do and you don't want to pay the rates, you can always email me a voice message and I will play it on the next show, or you can do it right now too.
100%. We have over 430 people in the
We'll be
building.
on for about another half an hour.
Yeah, make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boys. Don Tony Teflon, that's me. Phil the Issues Guy, that's him. This is the Escaping From podcast, the number one show for the fans, by the fans. We are here for you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boys. 100%. We are here rocking with. All right, so let's go through. We have recapped the episode. We have said it. What rating did you give this episode? You never said.
If I gave the last episode 5 and 9, which I did, I would have to give this episode a 9.5. It was a bit better than 5, but nothing's in this world is perfect unless Vince Gilligan makes it. Or it's Game of Thrones seasons 1 through 4, or The Sopranos or something, or The Wire. But it's hard.
Hey, no, it's not that. I mean, let's not get ridiculous.
I'm saying my ratings, and I think you do the same, Tony. When I'm giving a rating, I'm not giving an overall television rating. I'm giving a rating of within the show.
Yes,
based around
within this show right here.
Based around this show.
And everybody in the chat, put in your rating for this episode.
I give this episode a 9.5.
Yeah, no, we're not comparing it to any other show and comparing it like a Wire 10 is a different 10 from a different.
A Wire 8 is like most show 10s.
You know what I'm saying? A Wire 10 is different than a Walking Dead 10, right?
Right. Like a Breaking Bad 7 is a 10 for most other shows.
Yeah, it's a different bar here when you deal with it. You know
Better Call Saul is, or whatever. But we all know what we're talking about here. But I say 9.5 is mine.
Yeah, I'll go 9.5 also. That's the highest I've given probably since season 1 an episode. I'm not going to give it a 10. I'll give it a chance to have a 10 later on this season. So I'll give it a 9.5. Probably the best episode. I mean, what you want is you want to have episodes that
what you want.
If somebody says, hey, I'm thinking about watching this show, what do you think? This is an episode. It's later on the season, obviously a giveaway, but this is one of the episodes you say, watch this episode. This is the episode you want to see. It's one of those type episodes, like a really good episode like that. You know what I mean? So that's what this episode is. It's on that type of level. So I definitely give it a 9.5. I thought it did a great job. I mean, maybe if they showed a costume mode, they got a 10.
And I agree with what Jules said. As much as the beginning part of the episode was great, those last 6 minutes, it was 6 minutes, Jules, was a 10. So like the last from the point where the mission started, Kenny on the roof of the car or the roof and all of that to the end with Roger breaking it, Roger that, all of that sort of stuff, Tony, was a 10 for me. Because the episode was like an 8-ish, so it evens out to like a 9.5 for me.
Yeah, and also because they're talking to each other, something we've always wanted to see them do. That raises it up, right? Because they're actually doing something here that every fan wanted to see them do, talking to each other and everything else. So when you have those things, so that gets you like to the 8 because they actually talk to each other. So you go start with an 8.
Who is your MVP of this episode?
It's easy to give it to Boyd every week.
It is. I almost feel like, and I'm gonna probably piss a couple people off. I feel like it's when you're talking about the best Wu-Tang members, you just take Method Man out of it because he's
it's like Michael Jordan can get the MVP every year. He ever
right, exactly. You take Method Man out of it. Who's your favorite Wu-Tang member besides Method Man? Who is your favorite MVP besides Boyd? Because you're right. Boyd gets it every week.
He can get it every week. So pause on that, please.
Oh, we get a lot of Kenny in the live chat right now. As think about it as
I can understand why people want Kenny, but I would still say Sophia. Sophia is the
area code 401. Welcome to the show, 401.
Hey, Tony. Hey, Phil. It's Julie B.
Hey, Julie B.
Julie B. Did you come in spam? Was it
I know
spam?
I didn't recognize Julie because it didn't say spam. So welcome, Miss B. Welcome, Miss B.
Thank you. Now, I haven't caught the entire show, but bits and pieces as I've been doing stuff with my family. But
it's enough for you to call in and share your thoughts.
Yeah. So I heard you guys talking about how you'd rate the episode just now, and I heard you discuss the Roger scene. And me, that's the part. The Roger part is where I think they dropped the ball. I still give it a 9 out of 10.
Yep.
Because I love the show that much, and I thought the episode was fantastic. But for me, the Roger thing was disappointing because they killed him too fast. He should have.
Can I ask you a question, Julie? Would the Roger thing of overall meant more to you if that was all done with Ellis?
Probably, yeah.
Because he's a character you knew, or if they had set up Roger throughout the whole season as a character we knew instead of introducing him in the episode that he died. I don't give a shit about, as Tony said earlier, I don't give a shit about Roger or his gardening. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, exactly. So that's one reason why the Roger thing was not as impactful as it should have been, because they were too scared to do this with a character we care about. They don't want to kill people off we actually care about, even though we're going on the last season soon. And this is a time where they could start paring things down a bit and killing off or doing something horrible like this to somebody we care about. It would pack more of a punch. And it just ended too quickly. She went to all the trouble of resurrecting him as this zombie thing, I don't know what, zombie ragdoll. It's like basically a zombie ragdoll monster. And all for what? He starts grabbing a guy so it's like, what are they trying to do? He grabbed the guy by the legs and pulled him down the stairs. And then in the next shot, we don't even see what happened to the guy he dragged down the stairs. The next shot, you see he's chasing Patty. So then Elgin stabs him, and it's like, what the hell just happened?
It was a weird cut.
Was he going to kill the guy? Was he going to kill somebody or not? And it ended too fast. To me, it seemed like he was trying to kill people. But I heard Tony saying that he was just looking for help, which is an interesting take. I hadn't thought of that. It's possible maybe he wasn't on a murdering rampage, and now they just killed one of their own. She tricked them into doing it, and he actually just needed help. That's possible. But I mean, I just think with that incantation she did, she turned him into some kind of demonic thing that he wasn't truly there anymore. Like Patty was telling him, I know you're still in there somewhere, and he seemed like a creature, not a regular human anymore from the way he was acting. So, and if that's the case, then they really screwed up, because he didn't even kill off a single person, and with a house full of red shirts, he could have at least done more damage before he died. I just felt like that part in the end was lackluster. The Roger,
and I think that's the point that leans towards that him being that he had his consciousness back, because he didn't kill anyone. They could have had to kill at least one person in there, right? But he didn't, because I don't think he really wanted to. I think he was ripping at his mouth because his mouth was done. He couldn't see, so he's got the buttons in his eyes, and he was reaching out for people. And I think by her saying that, which she knew that he was in there, and he knew, but there's no way for him to communicate from it. He can't talk, he can't see, he can't say anything. He's just trying to get help, and then Elgin comes from behind and kills him. You know what I mean? And I think that's what they were going for. If it went for him causing a ruckus and the destruction, he'd cause none of that. So it would have been it wouldn't have worked out for Sophia, but the way she was standing on top of the steps, it's like she got exactly what she wanted. So that's the reason why I look at it like that.
She definitely did. Julie, we're going to take this super chat with you here. Winter says, Ellis is a loser son. Why doesn't he ever step up as Boyd's actual son, like taking his dad's place instead of Kenny? Tony, I'll go around for you and then to Julie. You mentioned this earlier. Why do you think that Ellis wasn't the one to go in this situation?
Yeah, we've seen him straight up. When Roger was in there getting attacked by the monster, he ran out the room, and then he shut the door behind him. And that just screams, bitch! All right? That's what that screams. There's no need. If you're going to run out the room, do it. But he was conscious enough that he said, oh, let me just shut this door and see, y'all hold that down by yourself. No, that screams bitch to me, bro.
Julie, do you have anything to add to what Tony said?
Yeah, that was messed up. The way he went to the trouble of closing the door behind him. Not only did he leave Roger in the lurch like that, he closed the door. What the fuck? He is so useless. He's a useless character. He's never going to be a new Boyd, a replacement for Boyd. Never in a million years. Kenny is tougher than Ellis will ever be.
Yep.
No matter what you think about Kenny.
Tonight proved it for sure.
High waters and all. Kenny is still tougher than Ellis. Whatever.
Yeah. Ellis likes to watch it. People in the live chat. Ellis is not a junior. Ellis is not Boyd Junior. No, no way. No. He's not Boyd Junior. Demo. As soon as Julie is done here, the call-in number is 781-990-8509. As soon as Julie's off, make sure you call on in, Demo. We want to hear what you have to say. Ellis is a pretty boy, yes, Miss Pixie. He definitely is. He's a lover. Someone said he's a lover, not a fighter. Yeah, that's accurate, Miss Carla. It's definitely true.
Yeah, so anyway, Michael Jackson.
Hey, what you talking about, Tony?
That was his line. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I don't know what you're talking about, Tony.
When he did the girl's mind, Paul McCartney. He said, "I'm a forever lover." Well, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Oh, that's the line and stuff.
Oh, wow. We have someone calling in right now from the same area code as you, Julie. 401 as well. 401, call back in once Julie's off the air. We'll
don't rush Julie.
We'll keep Julie on. We're not for 14 hours like one of her streams, but we'll keep Julie on for a few more minutes.
Yeah.
Julie was streaming. I went to Florida, came back to Queens. And
she was still streaming when you got back to Florida. It was like a week later. It was amazing.
Wow.
It was amazing, Julie. You're incredible. You're incredible. Your commitment to the time thing is amazing. Okay. So, we get 401 calling. 401. Leave us a voicemail.
They can wait. What's going on, Julie? How's everything with you? You good?
Good. Yeah. Doing all right. Everything's hectic right now. I can't keep up with all this the From content. From is just firing on all cylinders lately. I have so many ideas for videos, but I just can't get them out fast enough. And I have too many wordy things to say. So, it takes me forever to make these videos, and God, no, I've got my work cut out for me after this one. This episode was wild. I really enjoyed it. I thought they stepped it up big time after the previous one, which was kind of, it had some filler in it, to be perfectly honest, with the Julie and Sarah painting party. That did not need to be there. Let's be real.
100%.
And they stepped it up. I thought it was excellent. I was literally yelling at the screen when Kenny was getting cornered. I was like, no, they're not really going to do this. No. I'm yelling at the screen like a nutcase. And the way they handled it was great. I mean, I think most of our characters have too much plot armor, and in reality, Kenny probably shouldn't have gotten out of that, but I'm glad he did. I don't want to see Kenny die.
Julie, I feel what you're saying, because I am big on the plot armor thing, and I think we need to lose some main characters. But I think Kenny should have survived, because I like how they did it. It's Donna or Ellis that should have died from the Cabbage Patch Monsters. If they die, because I like how they did the Kenny surviving. It made sense plot wise. It made sense with Fatima's thing and all that. But the reason why you feel that, I'm projecting, I'm like telling you how you feel, but I feel the same way you do, because they didn't kill main characters earlier. What they really should have done is kill either Donna or Ellis at the that area, the cabins, because that was a perfect opportunity to kill a main character, and then Kenny surviving here wouldn't have felt like, oh, another plot armor situation, because it was a really cool scene and it made sense from Fatima's standpoint. But it's more of, are we really going to have a whole season where main characters don't die again? And I hate to say that, but that really deballs the show a little bit. I don't want just red shirts to die. I don't care about Roger. I don't care about Burn Face Girl. I just don't know them. Like, if you want me to care about someone, spend the time to get to know them,
Exactly. We need to feel that the stakes are real. I don't need a bloodbath. I don't want to see a lot of people get killed, but I do think they're not showing us that the stakes are real. The more people get out of these life-threatening situations over and over again, I feel like we're not even feeling the intensity of it when they do get into these situations where, like, we're not feeling like there's that much of a risk anymore, because they get out of it. They keep getting out of these over and over again. It's like with Stranger Things, they were too afraid to kill anybody off for the most part. They would only do these side characters, and that's it.
Or whatever the hell happened to 11 at the end. I'm not sure is she alive or dead. Area code 401. We promise we'll get you on the air after this phone call.
Yeah, we won't hang up until you call back. I promise.
We promise. But yeah, I agree with you, Julie. It gets to a point where certain shows like this, and I'm not gonna say everything, part of what makes this show, it isn't just a mystery box series like a Lost or whatever. It's also has an element of early Walking Dead to it. And what made the early part of this series so eventful and interesting or one of the things for me anyways, is the fact of feeling like any character could go at any time. Like the way Coptree went, I think was probably one of the most well emotionalized deaths on the series, because it came out of nowhere and it was shocking, and it was a character that you thought would have survived. And I think we need more of elements of that, because I think when you do that, it really creates menace in the situation. I mean, obviously Jim dying was a big one too, but it was also a little more predetermined. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like feeling like characters can die at any time creates a sense of uneasy energy to watch.
Yeah, we all knew Donna wasn't dying. We knew, like, I will not lie. I did think for a second in my head that Kenny was gonna die, but I knew in my heart that he couldn't die.
Yeah, me too.
You know, so it's just like someone's gotta fucking go. It's too long, and you don't have to wait for the last episode to do it.
Right.
And again, this is a 9.5 episode, and I'm not complaining about all of this, but we still need the Roger situation is indicative of it, because it's a good moment, but it would have been even stronger with a character we cared about.
Yep.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And you know, Boyd said in this episode that the cemetery is too full now, as if people have been dropping like flies left and right. Hardly anybody's died. It's like nobody's died in a long time. And Boyd is saying the cemetery is too full for Roger's body. Like, give me a break. Come on. They've gotten off easy, if you ask me. And I just think somebody should have died in that cabin attack for sure. And, you know, now we have another situation, an impossible situation somebody got out of. But I think in this case, I'm happy with it. I thought that was a great twist, with Fatima being able to pull Smiley back from that.
Sure.
You know, that was great. You know, it didn't feel like too much plot armor, but you know, somebody's got to go sometime is all I'm saying. So I'm with you guys on that.
Yeah. I mean, and I also, as Tony said, it doesn't have to happen in the last episode. If in the final episode of the season we lose somebody, it's okay. I feel like at this point, what are you guys' guesses? We're going to lose Henry. We're going to lose
Henry's gone. We know Henry's gone.
Maybe Randall. Maybe
someone
like Randall.
Henry's gone. It all depends how he goes out. Whether
someone Randall
Victor kills him or he jumps off the building. Henry is gone. So that there's no need to even discuss Henry. It comes down, and even if they kill Randall,
I think they kill Randall and Sarah, maybe.
Yeah, but even if they did, like, Sarah would be something for me, but Randall, that's not enough. Killing Bata, that's not enough. Like, you got to kill some of the main cast. Like, the main cast needs to die. Some of these we need to have these stakes going into next season that anyone's life is on the line.
Lightbulb is right. Roger may die for a third time.
No.
It is certainly possible. Julie, when's the next time you're doing a stream?
Tomorrow night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern is my next stream.
And if people are listening to the podcast, make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe to Julie B's Deep Dives.
100% subscribe to Julie B's Deep Dives. Go, she'll be streaming tomorrow, 10:30 p.m. Go show her some love. Julie, I get these videos out earlier, girl. You're a week behind, man. You got to do something here.
I know. I'm a week behind on my episode 6 breakdown video. I gotta step it up. I gotta work faster and maybe be less.
I would just say like this: get out your initial thoughts when the episode is being searched on YouTube, and then do a deeper dive, no pun intended, in the next video when you have more time to. You know what I mean?
Full pun.
Get out give your initial thoughts, get them out there while people are searching that term.
That's a good idea. I should do that. And in fact, the thought just occurred to me that some people do, a more surface level video first, and then they do a deeper dive later in the week. So I could do that. Now, I'm going to try that next time.
Do it. And Julie, we hope you call back in before the end of the series, and we may have you on for a fun game show at some point before the.
Yes, we're working on that right now.
Like I talked to Tony at the end of the show, but I think Julie is definitely one of our two guests. We got to get Julie with a partner. Maybe your boyfriend will.
Yeah, Pan will be Pan and Julie.
Yeah, they'll be one of our two pairs. Where I have a From game show that I want to play with a couple pairs. We need one other podcasting pair to
and don't worry, it's not Twister. It's not that.
No. Okay. It's just fun. I have a From game show that I want to play. Tony and I have put together a little bit. We'll have some fun with it. Anyways, Julie, we love you. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. That would be a blast. I would love to do that. So just let me know when, and we'll be there. And to answer your question, I think Henry is number one. He'll probably take himself out because of what Sophia's doing to him, making him think that he's just dreaming and he needs to die to wake up. So he takes himself out, number one. Number two, Randall's going to die somehow with a story-walking misadventure with Julie. Those are my two predictions. Thank you guys so much for having me on and for plugging my channel. As always, I truly appreciate you guys. Thank you.
We have nothing but love for you, Julie.
We love you, Julie, and take care, my fellow New Englander. So
thank you. You take care.
You too, my friend. Okay, so the other area code 401 person that was calling in that we didn't.
And you better call back, and you better say something special. Like
you better call back.
You beeped in
1, 2, 3, 4
like 80 times. Yeah. I appreciate you doing it. I want to hear
something. Oh, okay, wait. Someone else. Two people just called at the same time, but we're definitely taking 401 right now.
We're taking
401. We're taking your call. We're sorry, 401, for fucking you over like 75 times. Welcome to the show.
No, it's my fault. I thought it wasn't working.
No, you're good. You're fine.
And I had the stream muted because I didn't want any I
know this voice. I heard this voice before.
Well, what's your name? Where you calling from, my friend?
It's Demo.
Oh, Demo. Oh, we recognize you, Demo.
No.
Yeah. Hi, Tony, and hi, Phyllis. Thanks for having me on.
No, thanks for calling in, buddy. We appreciate it.
So I had two observations. One's just like a flat out observation, and then one I want to call on some help from the community because I'm going to start with the complicated one. And if there's anybody in the chat that is familiar with classic cars, now is your time. Because that flashback with Miranda, she's driving a car that is not the same as her station wagon.
No, she got a Hornet, right? It was a Hornet. Was it a Hornet?
Hornet. Yep.
Yeah. Did they make the station wagon
model? But that wagon model don't match the one that she has in the car graveyard. The other thing that I noticed is that I think the man in yellow's car might possibly be a Hornet that has the same shaped taillights and the same shaped headlights. So that's something that car people need to look at.
Yeah, I would say the Hornet is not known as a station wagon model.
No,
it was a hatch, but there are a hatchback version of it. But the hatchback,
I definitely don't know.
It says that from 1977 models 2 and 4 years were a 2 and 4 door sedan, a station wagon, and a hatchback, and a coupe configuration. So they did a lot of shit with this goddamn Hornet.
I looked up a lot of the wagons, and none of the window shapes match the car that is in the car graveyard. And regardless of that, you know that the car in the car graveyard is not the same that she was driving because the interior of those two cars are completely different.
Yeah, and listen, and the man in yellow's car is not brown. It's clearly not brown.
But there's something going on with those cars that somebody else that's better with cars is going to be really helpful for people. And I just wanted to.
I would not put it past Victor collecting those fucking teeth and sticking them in there himself. Dead ass.
The other thing I noticed that I wanted to point out,
he might have Matchbox cards. Oh, sorry. What's going on? Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, no, you're good. Was that so? When Henry has his hallucinations, the medical monitor that he's on has symbols on it that match symbols that were on Tabitha's medical monitor when she was in the hospital.
What was that? One more time on that?
Yeah, he's saying that the go ahead, say you can say it again.
Yeah, no, the medical monitor that Henry sees in his hallucinations has a symbol on it that is exactly the same as a symbol that's on Tabitha's medical monitor when she's in the hospital.
Oh, that's awesome. Interesting.
And it's actually not. So when Tabitha's in the hospital, it's not like right on her. Well, it might be on the monitor. You can't really see it, but there's like a computer screen that has a bunch of icons on it. And there's an icon, I believe it was in the top right corner, but it was also in the bottom on the taskbar that looked kind of like, it looked like almost like a C shape, but it wasn't just a letter C. It was a bit more ornate than that. But that same exact symbol is on Henry's monitors when he's hallucinating. So take that as you will.
This is an alternate universe, bro. I've said it. I'll keep saying it, and I'm telling you, when it's all said and done, this is an alternate universe that they're seeing, that Tabitha got transported to, and that Henry's seen right there. And I know it's very easy to say that Sophia is the one who gave him the memories, and I'm not saying she didn't give them to him, but I'm saying it's a different situation going on here with her. And I think that the memory she's giving her is memories of an alternate dimension. So it would be the same effect to him thinking he could get back to that dimension and that he's dreaming. But I think it's an alternate dimension reality that she's showing.
I definitely think that's a possibility. I mean, especially when you're looking at the weird Miranda flashback in this last episode. Like a lot of this stuff is just not adding up. This last episode, this was probably my favorite of the season so far. 9.5 out of 10. I don't give 10s.
Yeah, totally. Same.
But this has been the first episode in a long time where I went back and I rewatched, and I'm like pausing every 5 minutes, and I'm taking my glasses out and I'm scanning the background and stuff. It's been a while since I had an episode like that I could really dig into.
Yeah, no, this episode got me up. You know what I mean? Pause. And I was ready to go. Pause after watching this episode and stuff. It was a good episode from beginning. You know what? When I know what episode is good, I'm gonna tell you this is what I do when I know episode is good. When I hit my remote to see how much minutes are left in the episode, then that's when you know the episode is good. Right? And I hit my remote at least 2 times. Like, this shit ain't gonna shut off of me right now, right? I got more to see. I did it twice.
Like, they're not gonna end it here, are they?
Yeah, I had to do it twice. You know what I mean? So that's how I know it's a really good episode.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna split and give somebody else a chance to call in if they want. I just wanted to point those 2 things out, and I wanted to get the car thing out there because, like I said, I'm not a big car guy. It took me a lot of time to just find out.
I would definitely go through it all. And
I don't know my ass for my elbow for cars, so I appreciate any information about that situation.
Yeah, I mean, I did look it up. It's definitely a Hornet, a Dodge Hornet. It's almost definitely a 1970. All the pictures, the dash is exactly the same. And for sure, the car in the flashback and the car in the graveyard are not the same car. And I don't think it's just like a production flub. Because like those scenes were like back to back, so like they would have had to be like really mindful about how it all looked. So, but yeah, I don't know, throwing that out there. Good show, and we'll see you soon, I guess.
Thank you, my friend. And Quantum, I know you wanted to call in. We probably got about 5-10 minutes left.
Yeah,
so
I'll give him. If he's gonna call, I'll give him a call. I gotta go, unfortunately.
Yeah, Tony has to get up early in the morning. We're about at 3 hours, so we got.
Jelly Beans in the building.
Yes. We got Christina Jelly Bean. We got so many people in our live chat.
Heather Unhinged.
Tony, we still have like 400 people watching us right now.
Yeah, that's beautiful. We appreciate you all being here. Appreciate everything. Appreciate everything. We'll be back in the midweek, and we'll do the midweek and the trailer theory, and then we'll do all theories. I'll give you all the theories and everything else and all that good stuff. We'll give you all and everything else.
We're getting a cat for 3 months.
You know what I mean? We'll get that popping and stuff. And yeah, that's what I guess.
Well, here we go. We got area code 541. Our last call of the evening. Area code 541. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question or comment?
Hi, I'm Trisha. I'm from Eugene, Oregon.
Welcome, Trisha.
Eugene. I've never heard of this place, Eugene, Oregon. Before in my life, I heard a lot of places. I've never heard of Eugene, Oregon.
Well, I just want to say I love you guys, and
we
I
love
always
you
check
too.
and watch your videos after the show. So I just had a quick question. You know how I think it was episode 1 or episode 2 of this season when Ethan and Tabitha were in the kitchen and all the stuff started opening up, all the doors and the cabinets started opening. They haven't really paid that off, and no one said, hey, you know what happened in the house the other night? You know, Tabitha and Ethan haven't said anything about it. So I just wondered if you guys had any ideas on that.
Yeah, I think that it's somebody in the parallel dimension. So I think when Julie story walks, she story walks in parallel dimensions. And I think it's her, like trying to get their attention from that dimension. And she's shutting and closing the doors. I know they're trying to convince everyone it's a ghost. I don't think it's a ghost. I think it's Julie. Most likely that's what I would lean at, Julie story walking into that house and then doing that for them.
Yeah, that makes more sense than some sort of Amityville horror thing going on mixed into it. But it's one of those things that I wonder if they're even going to talk about, or if that was just a momentary scene to kind of create some.
You have to. You can't just leave that plot hole there. You have to.
I just thought it was weird that no one said anything to any other characters.
Yeah, totally. They just left it. It just happened, and no one said anything about it.
They don't say nothing about nothing, though.
But
you know
sometimes they do, but no one's even mentioned it, dude.
I know.
You know, like no one's even, the family hasn't even talked about it.
My cabinet doors, if my cabinet doors open and close like that,
I'm shut up about that.
Everybody I see on the street.
Tony, I never shut the fuck up about it. I talk about that shit every day.
I'd say to everyone I see in the street, it doesn't matter what they're doing. I would say it to every fucking body. But you don't know what happened to me, bro. Like I'd say it.
My cabinets were fucking opening. It was fucking crazy. I would be talking about all shit. And I agree, caller. It's not even, it's just that it hasn't been mentioned even once.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought that was weird.
No. You right on. You right on with it.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you from Eugene, Oregon. Thank you for rocking with us and supporting us. We really appreciate it.
Great call. And we hope you call in the future. We have one more super chat here from the Real Rebel, Eric. Julie speaks for us, saying things are not what it seems to be.
It's not, and I agree that it's not everything that you're seeing that they think they're doing, they're gonna fail. It's gonna be a big failure. This will be a colossal failure before this season is over. Everything they're doing is gonna go up in smoke, and I do believe that Colony House might go up in smoke too, like the Cheech and Chong movie. Before this season is up, I think
I was thinking the same thing, Tony. I was thinking the Cheech and Chong movie. I do think you're on to something. I think that door was introduced not to get into the tunnels, it was introduced to destroy Colony House.
Yeah,
even the way
was that the one where they put him in the straight jacket and he's like, my balls, please scratch my balls.
Was it, I believe that was I believe that was next movie.
Was the next movie or was it Up in Smoke?
Up in Smoke was the one where they're in the car, Labrador, you want to smoke smoke, where the cop pulls them over and they're smoking.
Yeah, Up in Smoke. That's where my money goes, and even sometimes up my nose.
That's Up in Smoke. Yeah, dude. We got to do a Cheech and Chong rewatch podcast.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And
would you actually smoke for the first time in 30 years in a Cheech and Chong
podcast? No. I cannot do that. My job would not dictate that. I could not allow that.
Fair.
And I couldn't, and I don't want to go back to it. So no.
Oh, I don't.
I know me, Phil. And it would just be a wrap for me. I can't ever cross that bridge again.
So you're saying I like my dream of smoking with you one day will never happen.
I could never say that on stream live. I could never cross that bridge again ever. I know that once I crossed that bridge, I was Phil. I was terrible, brother. I was terrible. I smoked 6 blunts a day, every day. Like it wasn't like it was like 6 to 7 blunts.
Yes, I'm doing shots. I'm doing shots today because this is my one party day, and yesterday was a tough day for me. So I am waiting on news. So I am getting a little buzz. I'm getting a little.
The news is going to be great. The news is going to be great. And
but I feel like I'm not too Henry. Have I gone full Henry?
News is gonna be great. It's gonna be great news for you.
No, besides my news, but like, am I drunk Henry?
No, you're not even close to Henry.
What are you talking about? No, Tony.
You're not close to Henry.
Describe the Phillies.
I'm trying to think, did we ever meet anybody at a con or something that was like Henry drunk? I don't think anyone got that level drunk at a con that we've been to.
Hunts, I love you, Hunts. Hunts might have got that drunk.
Hunts, but he wasn't acting like he was acting stupid, but he wasn't acting like he was like that. He was just on a mission and stuff. He wasn't drunk like that.
He got a little fucked up.
He did get a little fucked up. I tried to save him. I really did, but I couldn't in the end.
you got a little respect. But you got a little fucked up.
He's young.
Tony, we've talked about this before. The one thing I hope we get before the end of the series, because out of all the things we got with the Game of Thrones situation, I love that should we take this last call? I guess
we'll do it.
Okay. Area code 941. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And sorry to say this, but make it quick because Tony's got to go to bed. He's got to be up at 5 a.m.
I know, it's Heather. I'm calling in about the car stuff.
Heather, before you talk, you have an amazing phone. Like whatever you're calling from, you sound like
how does it sound so clear, Heather?
Like Heather sounds better than we do.
Yeah.
Heather sounds. You sound so clear.
Sorry?
No, you don't. Yeah, you should be sorry. Whatever you're talking.
Yeah, what are you talking to, Heather? What kind of phone is this?
It's like a unicorn microphone or something. What are you talking?
I'm on my computer. I'm using Google Voice.
It sounds great. Whatever you're calling from.
Thank you.
Is this your phone, computer, microphone, or a different microphone?
It's a microphone. It was a cheap one from Walmart.
Well, I want to get this.
That fucking microphone.
Yeah, Tony, we might need to buy this microphone.
Yeah, what is this fucking microphone?
Whatever. I'm sorry, Heather. Get into
You're good. Okay, so the cars.
Sounds great.
The flashback of Miranda in the 70s rolling on into town. You see Hornet on the dash.
Yes.
Christopher's car is a Hornet. I don't know how or why that's relevant, but Christopher's car, they show us back in season 2, episode 5, when Jade is trying to learn about stuff, right? And then when they're looking in the trunk, this episode, you can see the Hornet logo on Christopher's car right next to the Man in Yellow's car. So I don't know how or why that's relevant, but
you're just saying that this car
Miranda driving Christopher's car.
You're saying that. So you're saying that this car is not the car she came in. This is Christopher's car.
Yeah, Miranda's car is a Dodge Aspen station wagon, also from the 70s.
Yeah, something's fishy. Victor's memory stuff.
Like they show, and it's like back to back, right? So in this episode,
that goes to the parallel universe thing.
Well, something, right?
Sure
because you see like the door handle, like all of it's different. The steering wheel is different. The glove compartment from what Tabitha's looking at, and then what appears in her flashback vision or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
all the same actress playing her. I think it's a different actress. She looks different. Maybe she's in full color. She looks different. I don't know. She looks a little different. She looks younger.
Heather and Tony, I think all these things, these different minor variations on the main thing just points to more, reminds me of Star Trek stuff, slightly different universes, different elements, different things that are slightly different, like the Worf episode where he's just different. There's so many different versions of the same thing over and over again. There's slightly different here. And I think all these little things, when you see the cars slightly different here, the bracelets slightly different here, that all kind of symbolizes to me multiple universe stuff.
Yeah. Well, with your picture, Phil, poor Giles, but
I know. Rest in peace to the amazing Anthony Head.
Different stuff there too, right?
He was amazing. He also did Rocky Horror on stage. He's one of the amazing, talented people, a great musician, a great actor. Rest in peace to the amazing Anthony Head from Buffy.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's most known from Buffy, but he's just an incredible actor and an incredible person. I love Anthony. Yeah. Oh, yes. Amazing. But no, relevant because Buffy with the alternate
like Evil
Yep.
Willow and all that stuff too, right?
100%. And
Totally.
Tony was referencing Buffy a little bit too, but definitely has some relevancy.
We're getting the sci-fi finally.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's coming. It's coming. Don't let these magic fools in the audience chat that want to see me eat a hat chip just distract.
They want to see Tony eat the damn chip.
They have ulterior motives here. They you know, I'm like the Floyd Mayweather of this thing, right? Everyone
want to see you lose. Yeah, they want to see
everybody want to see
they want to see Manny knock him out. That's what they want to see.
Not gonna happen.
All right. Well, thank you for having me.
No, Heather, you're such a
type it, but then there was like too much going on. And
no, Heather, you're such a pleasure.
No, let me try.
You make me want to go on another half an hour just to talk to you more, Heather. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're
Have
wonderful.
A good night.
You too, Heather.
Take care. See, she didn't tell us what version of microphone that was. She was keeping that shit secret.
No, it's the proprietary.
She didn't want us to fucking learn about that.
No, we have to
keep
with
that
our
shit secret. I was
bullshit.
like, what microphone is that? She goes, all right, my question is
it's a she microphone.
Quick
It's a whatever microphone. Glenn Carter says Tony is eating the chip.
Y'all keep wishing. Keep wishing. It's not gonna happen in the end. I promise you that it's not gonna happen. And that's just the bottom line. That's just not what it's gonna be. And everything else. Y'all will see. I am confident. But let me get out of here. Let me just say, let's go Knicks tomorrow night. Obviously, I'm not going to be on tomorrow night because we got the Knicks game. We're going to beat them in 4 tomorrow night. Let's go Knicks.
I must say, as a Boston Celtics fan, full heart, I'm rooting for my Eastern Conference brethrens. Go Knicks. Beat these fucking Spurs. Fuck the Spurs. I hate the Spurs. They're one of my least favorite teams of all time. Go Knicks deserve one. So I mean, it's been so long. Great franchise. Great fucking shit. Go Knicks.
Too long. And I will say this,
never had a problem with the Knicks.
If you've never been to New York, if you're a Spurs fan, don't come. Number one. But if you've never been to New York, don't go for this. If the Knicks win, when we win, this will be a scene like it's never been seen in any sports history. This city, it will blow up. And
the only thing that would be bigger, Tony, is if the Jets won it.
No, because the Knicks is that whole city's team.
And the celebrity stuff too.
Yeah, it's the whole, like, we have the Giants and we have the Mets and we have it's always split. There's no split here. No split. Everyone cheers for the Knicks. So it'll just be an explosion in the city. Shit is going to get burnt. Shit is going to get destroyed. Lights are coming down. Like, it's going to be a wrap. So don't come with a Spurs uniform. If you're a Spurs fan, don't wear it. Stay the fuck home. Stay out of here. Let me tell you, let's go Knicks. Jalen Brunson. Let's go. Let's get a big cat. We will see y'all in a couple of days. We'll be back with the stream and everything, with the theory stream. You got anything else coming up this week, Phil?
Possibly, but probably not. But maybe might come out here and babble about some other stuff. But please, if you haven't already, subscribe to Phil the Issues Guy.
Subscribe to Phil the Issues Guy. The Don Tony Teflon. We up out of here. And if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is.
I'm Henry. I'm Tony.
So, like, if Acosta had to create her perfect man, like an avatar, this